This is really the Fighter and the Kid.
Come on, baby. All right, we're going to start
Look at
this
us,
show.
buddy.
I know, dude.
Look at us.
We're going to start this show.
Dude, I hope your attitude's good. I hope
Came
your
back
energy's
from
good.
Miami, so of course I'm a little tie-tie.
You do look a little tanner. Now, we've had how many days off?
We've had a number of...
I haven't seen you since last... So, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. 6 days off from chatting.
Days off. I was at Patrick Bet-David's house, did the podcast.
Love him.
Love him.
That's my boy.
And he had a Memorial Day party. I had a little lunch at his house, in fact.
Wait, party and lunch?
Yep.
It'd be the same thing, though, right?
Nope, went twice.
Wait, okay.
Went twice.
That's different.
After the podcast, went and had myself a little lunch. Now, when you walk into a house like that in Fort Lauderdale on the water with that boat slip and that view, you do this. Ready? You go like this. You go, huh.
I failed.
Money does buy happiness, and I failed.
And I failed, yes.
And I failed.
Now, you do know that guy should be the next president of the United States.
Well, I'm
and
a
I need
huge
you to,
fan.
every time you walk in his house, I want you to bend the knee, right?
Well,
bend
I do.
your goddamn knee.
I do. And the other thing I love about him is that he's got his parents living with him, family living. That guy's a family man through and through.
The best.
He's unbelievable.
Absolutely
He's such
adore him.
And a genuinely good person. Like genuinely.
The best.
Everybody's got 100 people working for him. Every single one of them loves that guy.
He's the best.
Because he's just great.
I would run through a wall for that guy right now.
Yep.
You know he also owns the Yankees.
Yeah, and he's a partial owner of the. Yeah. He's the real deal.
He's recruiting Tiger, no big deal.
Yep. Could
Tiger's 7 or he's 8, so we'll see.
We'll see.
It
What
could
happens.
be good connection down the road.
Yep.
Hey,
I want to thank
you
the
own
people,
the team, right?
By the way, I want to thank the people at Dania Beach, Miami adjacent, because it ain't Miami.
The suburbs
It's the suburbs. And Memorial Day, you worry that
25.
people aren't going to come out. They came out. And they came out in
they
force.
should come out though. There's it's a holiday, I guess, at night.
Our boy Colby Covington.
Love him.
He showed up.
Love him.
And he's a sweetheart.
I tell you guys this all the time. It's all an act.
That whole thing's an act, but when you're with him alone,
one of the
he's
best
a
people
sweetheart.
you've ever met.
Yes, because I always was like, I don't like that trash talking stuff.
No, bub.
God, is he a sweetheart? And
that'd be like meeting the Undertaker. And like, God, he comes from the underworld.
Right.
You know,
and,
it's like
Thiago Alves came to my show, and he's
face
a
still
coach.
beat up?
He's a coach at American Top Team with Mike Brown, right? He's like Dustin Poirier's coach. And I said, man, Colby's such a sweetheart. And Thiago goes, yeah, he's a doll. He's just like, but when the cameras are on, it's a different thing.
It's a character.
It's a character.
Yeah, it's a character.
And you said it. You did.
I've told you this for how long?
Yeah.
But he doesn't like me saying that.
How about this? I don't know if you know this. So he's been in the UFC. Colby Covington's been in the UFC for 11 years. I don't know if you know, but 30 seconds into that Leon Edwards fight, he broke his foot in 3 places.
Yeah, I knew that.
Oh, okay. That people were like, well, he didn't look himself. Well, he broke his foot.
No, he said that after he said he broke his foot after the fight.
Yeah.
This is the thing. He mentioned it. He alluded to it, and then of course
everyone's like, yeah.
The internet's like, oh bullshit. Blah
That's
blah blah.
a real excuse. That's a legit excuse.
Oh no, for anyone out there, go ahead. Leon's a tough fight for anybody, right? Now do it on one leg.
I mean,
and here's my thing. How do you look on one leg?
Not bad.
It was a tough fight for him. And that's a tough fight on 2 legs.
Sure.
But still, it's a legit excuse.
100%. My foot's broken in 3 places. I'm not doing I'm not walking upstairs.
I wish you would have FaceTimed me with Colby because I would have told him to take the Ian Gary fight.
Oh, was that offered to him?
Yep. And he turned it down.
He did turn it down. Well, his foot.
Was he in a cast?
He's still, I think he's probably 80%. I could see that there was, he's just, it's taking time to heal,
That might be why he didn't take it, the foot.
Yeah, you can't
fight Ian Gary on 50%.
No, you cannot. No, you cannot. Now, when he's fully, the fact that guy had a broken foot in 3 places and fought 25 minutes, he's never been knocked out.
No.
Never been put on the canvas.
No.
So that's a serious accomplishment.
No, he's a beast.
He's a different.
But like most fighters, I would say 80% of the time you're watching fights on TV, nobody's 100%.
That's exactly right.
Nobody.
So I
went in the Ultimate Fighter, torn meniscus.
Oh,
I've told you this story before. Yeah. Lauren Landau, who's the strength coach of Notre Dame now.
Yeah.
Right? That's my boy. Came from the Broncos, started with me.
Cured my back.
I was his first UFC fighter ever.
Yeah.
I went to him, I said, hey, I'm going to Ultimate Fighter. Will you train me? He's like, I don't know UFC. I'm like, but you know weights and you know how to get people in shape. You're my guy. Now he became like the face of the UFC guys, right? Mm-hmm. Worked with everybody. Went with the Broncos. Now he's with Notre Dame. Couldn't be bigger. So he was my guy when I was getting ready for the Ultimate Fighter. I didn't know this. My knee was out to here. It was all messed up. And he checked it out. And he's moving around. He knows really well. I go, how bad is it? And this is before I get into the house.
And he saw the MRI,
he saw the MRI. I'm one of the 16 guys selected. And he gets it. They send it to him, not me, right? And he's looking at me and he goes, how you feel? I go, all right. Just it doesn't feel great, man. The swelling won't go down. And I go, what do you think it is? And he looks at me and goes, does it matter? I go, what do you mean? He goes,
this is such
he goes, let's say
it doesn't
you have
matter.
a torn meniscus. Does it matter? What, are you not going to take this opportunity? I went, oh yeah. He goes, don't worry about it. And then when I got out of the house, he goes, bud, torn meniscus. He goes, you wild man, torn meniscus.
What a great philosophy.
Yeah,
honestly.
does it matter?
Does it matter? What happened? Oh, would you get canceled? What happened? Somebody die in a fire? Does it matter?
Doesn't matter, yeah.
We got to keep moving.
The great Lauren Landau.
Fuck, that's
the
great.
best of the best, dude.
That should be a book. Does it matter?
That's why he was in my corner. That's why he was in my corner every Friday. Everyone's like, who brings the strength coach? I'm like, oh, the mental space that Lauren Landau had, the best.
Does it matter?
Best. Does it matter?
God bless.
Didn't matter.
I love
What else you been doing, pal, with your free time?
Just writing. Right now I got my hour where I want it, but
Got it tight.
I'm carving. So I'm obsessing, and what I do is you know what I do all day? You want to be honest? I walk around and talk to myself. That's what I do.
Hell yeah.
And
you don't look crazy at all.
No, but this will be the best 1 hour I've ever.
Hey, do I smell like gas? My hands were covered in gas. Can you smell the gas?
You've been balls deep, neck deep in truck talk. Everybody should know that he walks in, and all I hear is no, because if it's in, well, how far away? So we'll go to Texas. What kind of, yeah, but they have to do that. They have to put that other thing in the engine. Where's that other part? At 12:30, but I'm doing a podcast. Oh, you'll turn around and leave me? Okay, so I'll be out there at 12:30. I'll put my podcast on hold. Yeah, I'll do that too.
I said, Bryan will hold the fort down.
Well, you're obsessed.
Yeah. Today's busy, and then I had to relocate where the gas nozzle, the neck, from where your usual tank is to the back of the truck.
Yep.
And there's a issue with it. I don't want to get into it because the guy helped me. There's an issue with it, and gas went everywhere, and it won't take gas right now.
There's always an issue, though, isn't there?
Oh, but I have, and now it's not 91 gas, it's E85, so it's like a corn alcohol smell.
There you go. It's an ethanol
and it's
thing.
driving me nuts right now.
Now I'll tell you this: I'm very happy with you're tight. You're tight. You're looking tight. You're taking certain things you wouldn't be allowed to take when you were fighting, like peptides. Yeah.
I can take peptides. I can take TRT.
Oh, you can.
I also get rest now. Now I'm on the road. Daddy's asleep by 9, and that's why I wake up so early at 4. I'm in the gym by 5.
Not touching alcohol.
No
stuff,
Adderall. Nope, nothing.
You're
living a healthy life, dude. Happy, living a healthy life. I just smell like gasoline.
Okay.
That's my problem.
That's
and
all right.
The cars are giving me some problems. You don't smell it? Thank God.
No.
With that big honker, I figured you would.
Well, Daddy was sick.
You did miss Tiger's championship game. And I made I'm a manager on the team. Also, I'm the team mom, basically, right? But I just can motivate the kids.
Brownies.
Yeah. Hey, look what, brownies. But so they have game balls. And I paint the game balls for the championship. I paint them gold, and I hand drew on all of them, like MVP and all this stuff. We lost the game. We lost the game. Let's
take a break for you guys.
Where are you going to be, B?
I'll be in Nashville, Zanies, June 14, 15, 16. Come get some. Now, I like betting on fighting. I just need to find a good place.
Well, you're going to love it because this Saturday you got UFC 302, dude, and they're back in Newark. Knocked out Crow Cop there. Not a big deal.
Yep.
But they're back. This is their 10th time in New Jersey. And while I can't guarantee there will be 10 times the action, I can say this. You do not want to miss out on any of the action or at DraftKings Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of the UFC. It's a banger of a card. You got freaking Dustin Poirier, Islam Makhachev. You got Sean Strickland, Paulo Costa. There's so many fun fights going down this Saturday. Make bank with DraftKings. And if you're new to DraftKings, listen up. New customers get a no-sweat bet up to $1,500. Just make a minimum deposit of $5, and you get a bonus bet back in the amount of your original bet if your first bet doesn't hit. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app right now. Use the code FIGHTER. That's code FIGHTER for new customers to get a no-sweat bet up to $1,500. If your first bet doesn't hit, only on DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Hey guys, if you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER, or in West Virginia, visit www.1800gambler.net. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or go ahead and text HOPE-NY 467-369. If you're in Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling as well. Call 888-789-7777 or go ahead and visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly on behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas. 21 plus age varies by jurisdiction. It's void in Ontario. One no sweat bet per new customer, issued as one bonus bet based on the amount of initial losing bet. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. See dkng.co/MMA for eligibility, wagering, and deposit restrictions. Terms, responsible gaming resources as well.
Now, let me just switch gears for a second. Can we talk a little bit about the fights?
I'm trying. I've been seeing you so long. What are you catching up on? Right? Are you talking about 302 this weekend?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'd like
Where
to.
you at on that? I know you came back from Miami.
I'm
around
excited.
Dustin Poirier's boys.
Yeah. Well, I'm telling you this right now. I had lunch with Dustin Poirier's coaches.
Okay, before you answer,
Yes.
if you pick against Dustin Poirier, I'm gonna slap my dick in your face.
I understand
because it's
now,
so
the
un-American.
rational thing to do would be to do some MMA math. And hold on,
Don't do
and
MMA
go.
math.
Well, we saw what Khabib did
Oh,
to
come on.
Dustin. Now, Dustin Poirier.
You bringing up bullshit.
Dustin Poirier.
You bringing up bullshit. We talking about
is-
practice.
Is what I didn't know when I was talking to his coaches was the kind of power that Dustin Poirier has always had in his hands.
Always.
And whether it's with his sparring partners had some. It was hard finding sparring partners.
Knock dudes out. That's
Yeah.
what he does.
Yeah, that's what he does.
Top 5
He'll knock
boxers
you
in the
out.
UFC.
Correct.
One of the greatest of all time.
Knocks you out.
Okay.
If Makhachev is crazy enough to stand and bang with Dustin, I'm going to tell you this. Dustin's going to knock him out. If you don't think, number 2, that Dustin Poirier has, for the past 2 fight camps, has had some of the best wrestlers that they can find at American Top Team from other countries coming in and working with him, you're also sadly mistaken. So he's going to see those looks now.
The problem with that is
Yeah.
St. Denis took him down pretty easily, right?
No, listen.
Yeah.
This is the issue.
The issue is there's not enough hours in the day to catch up to Makhachev.
This is correct.
But carry on, because I'm on your side, but it's kind of
Makhachev is
stupid.
probably a bigger framed, heavier man. I don't know.
Ooh,
I don't
Dustin's
know.
a big boy.
Well, Dustin's 185, so I've spent time. He's
Dustin's a
not,
big
you
boy.
know, Yeah.
185 to 55?
Yeah.
That's a big
180,
55er.
180.
That's a big
yeah,
55er.
Yeah. Well, Colby is 185 all the time. No heavier. Dustin probably
Different
is
animal.
smaller
different
frame.
animal.
Smaller frame.
Yeah, different animal.
So
But Dustin's not a small 55er.
no, but he's a standard 55er, I would say.
Yeah, 80.
Yeah.
80 yeah, that's fair.
And so Islam is a big 55er, I think. I might be wrong. I've not seen him in person. Have you? I don't know.
I've seen him in person once.
Yeah, I hear he walks at 190. These Dagestanis
Dagestanis don't mess around.
No, they're just.
Yeah. Makhachev
Yeah.
for sure. A bit bigger frame, bigger dude, walks around bigger.
Yeah.
Maybe stronger. Doesn't have the same power in his hands.
Yes.
But keep going. Keep
Yes.
going, B.
Yeah,
I don't mean to interrupt
you can probably see how much he weighed right when he walked in the ring, can't you?
No, they don't do.
Okay, they don't.
weight
I'm
for
sorry.
that.
All right.
Unless the team announces it. Go on.
Oh, look at this. Makhachev weighs. Look at this.
It says as much as 200.
According to
I don't know.
Cormier, Makhachev weighs as much as 200 pounds when he's not in camp for.
Yeah, that doesn't matter. But
Jesus.
so when he's in camp, that means
Yeah.
he's walking about
Yeah.
285.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is that I am never, ever betting against Dustin Poirier. I'm just not. I think he seems to only get better and better and better. I think he's getting to the end of his thing. Now, I'm not going to put up my life savings on Dustin against an animal champion like Makhachev.
Let's be honest. You and I are biased, right?
Yes.
This would be so much easier to go bad on Islam if he was a bad dude, but he's a great person.
Yep.
That's the problem. They're both two great people.
Yeah.
So it would be so much funner to go bad on Islam. That's not the move here.
Yeah.
He's a good dude. So let's be very clear. Both our brains, if gun to the head, and they're like, hey, who's going to win this fight? You pick Islam. He's he
Yes.
a minus 500 basically.
Yes.
Right? But I can see a path to victory for Dustin Poirier, not via guillotine. That ain't happening. We got to cut all that. That stuff's fun on Twitter and stuff like that. He's not submitting him with a guillotine. It'd be hilarious if he did, and merch would be lit.
Yeah.
But if Makhachev's game plan is remember, he's different than Khabib. I think he's better fighter than Khabib. I think he's more athletic. I think he's longer frame. His striking's light years better.
Yep.
Grappling, not as good, but right up there.
Yep.
You know, he's not as good. But I think if Makhachev's game plan is to entertain the striking, we can go. Or if he shoots in, and because Dustin, I guarantee he gets taken down. But if Dustin can stand up and then they exchange, catch him with a big, now we're cooking it with gas.
Yeah.
But if Makhachev wants
he can stand up, standing up on Makhachev
he'll get up,
a
but
nightmare, yeah.
But later on in the rounds, it might be tough to get up. But early on, I think I think if Dustin the exchange is somewhere, or if Makhachev's game plan is to, which would be stupid, but let's just say it's he's gonna be like, let's make this a fight and stand with him. We got a chance.
Yes.
With that said, if Makhachev goes, oh no, I'm just knew what Khabib did. I'm not even. I know I can strike better than Khabib. But if I just want to not get knocked out and wrestle him and try and finish him in the third or fourth, well, might try and finish him in the third and fourth. I'm going to do that. Yeah. Well, now we're fucked. Especially if you bet on it.
I said to his coaches, I said to Mike Brown and Thiago, I said, if I'm Dustin, all I'm doing is going, Makhachev would be terrified to stand and bang with me. He'd never do that. So he's going to try to wrestle me, and he's just such a boring fighter, which is why. And I would just torture.
You think that's going to work on a Dagestani?
I don't think it's going to work on a Dagestani because the Dagestani just talks to Allah 5 times a day.
They don't care.
And they're like, I train, I pray,
especially at this level,
he
doesn't give a fuck. Yeah. You can do whatever you want. That's not going to affect him.
It doesn't affect him. I would try to goad him into saying, you could never stand and bang with me. That's what I would try to do.
Yeah, that level.
But Makhachev might want to show people he's more than a wrestler, and he wants to stand and bang. Smart. You think so?
Yeah, it's team. That whole ego thing, they don't give a fuck. No. Those guys, they don't give a fuck.
No.
Dude.
You don't want to. You don't want.
What?
You don't want to stand.
I've been wrestling since I was in diapers. What? Yeah. You want me to stand and bang? Why would I do that?
No.
Oh, because I bet you can't. Whatever. Okay. I'm sorry. What? World champ.
Yeah, that's reality.
But how much funner is the world? Again, level is Islam. How much funner is the world of fight sports if Dustin KOs him? Ready for this? He's not going to retire because this is what happens. He KOs him. Conor beats Chandler. It's Conor Dustin 155.
God,
suck me off,
Jesus!
man.
I'm so hard.
How dope is that?
Oh my God.
Or ready? Or I can give you another one. Or Dustin wins. He has the belt. Well, I got a guy you beat up the other year, Max Holloway. He's the BMF title holder.
Oh my God.
So you have BMF title belt.
So much money for Dustin. So much money
for both of them. For both of them.
I love it.
We're going Sizzler.
These are the big money fights, and I love it. This is the pinnacle.
Now, if he loses, all that's gone.
It's fine.
It's all gone.
Hey, it's just fighting.
It's all gone.
It's just fine.
It's all gone.
Who else is fighting on this card? I want to get our guests in here soon.
There you go.
Sean Strickland and Paulo Costa.
So again,
that's what we could bet on.
Yeah. Okay. Ready?
Because I know because Paulo has a good body, you're going to bet on him because you're a gay man.
Well, I'll take Strickland. I'm gay for Paulo, but here's the thing. Here's if Paulo decides to fight Sean Strickland the way he fought Whitaker, he's going to get pieced the fuck up.
Talk that shit.
If Paulo Costa fights Sean Strickland the way he fought Yoel Romero, which is get in his grill and just bang and use that big frame.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's 4 years, Colin.
I know.
I'm sorry. He's fought once a year since? He took the entire 2023 off?
I understand.
Okay, sorry. I'm just going to hang up now.
I understand. But he got away from his strength, which is rugged power, press, turn it into a brawl, throw hooks like it's a bare knuckle boxing match. Don't try to stand and bang with Sean Strickland. It's going to go bad for you. So
well, I think he has to stand and bang with Sean Strickland. I think that's his only option. He literally has to win this fight in the first 2 rounds. I'd say he has a round and a half.
Yes.
He has to go balls to the wall, try and get Strickland out there.
Yeah.
Because when it hits halfway through the second round and Strickland goes, oh man, I'm finally breaking a sweat, and puts the Strickland press on him, he's going to melt him like acai in a sweet, sweet summer in Brazil.
So again, as his coach, and I am Paulo Costa's coach and his lover, I say, honey, I said, sweetheart,
sweetie,
I want Sean fighting on his back foot. I want your chest in his. I want your face in his chest. I want your face in his face, and I want you banging. I want you throwing short hooks and uppercuts. And
I keep hanging on banging,
and I just want you banging.
I
want
you to bang, bro. Let me bang, bro. Let me bang, bro.
And I want to.
But I would also say, yep, that all works.
Boyfriend!
Yep, the go get him.
Yeah,
silky, milky skin.
Yep.
I would also say to him, buddy, this is a 5 round. Do you know this is 5 rounds? Hey, I know it's a 5-round fight. We pretend in your head it's 1.5 rounds. You have 1.5 rounds to blitz this fool because we know if it goes past that, you're going to get melted.
That's right. Kevin Holland, Michal, Oleg, Jesus.
I call him Michel. Oh.
Yep.
Tough fight for Kevin Holland.
Yeah.
Rooting for Kevin Holland,
Yeah.
though. Other than that,
There we go.
But is Dustin, Strickland, Paulo Costa. They announced Nick Diaz coming back.
Huge.
Against Luque.
Huge to so now it's interesting. And then Tony
against
Ferguson.
Luque.
Now I just saw the Rogan sent to us, right? And he was like, "You guys see this news?" Now I'm not sure how the comments went on social media, but did he just announce Nick Diaz and Tony Ferguson? It couldn't have went great. Is everyone okay? Did no one go, "Oh my God"? As soon as I saw it, I went, "No way."
Yeah.
It was a weird, like both matchups are kind of weird
Right?
to me.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, but it's huge.
So now it's went huge. I went,
think it's huge.
No, I went, oh no.
Well, Nick Diaz fighting Vicente Luque
That's weird.
That's a disaster. I mean, I don't understand that. I don't understand it. That's bad for Nick. We're talking about. I mean,
Chiesa's no punk
young
either for
line.
Tony.
I'm also not happy to see
Michael
Tony
Chiesa.
in there.
Michael Chiesa is no punk for Tony. Michael Chiesa is a disaster. Look, Tony is so awesome, but I don't understand.
But have you, and again, Diaz bro's great. I get all the people love him. Have you guys been seeing Nick Diaz's social media lately?
No. Yeah.
That's what alarms me.
Yeah.
I see. I would with Tony. I guess I get it, right? His last hurrah. I assume it's his walk-off, song.
But versus Chiesa's kind of,
That's the UFC.
dude, if they flip-flopped it the other way around,
not fair.
right?
Why not do Tony and Nick? And
Exactly. That would be huge. That'd be way better. And
Tony
Chiesa
Nick's
and freaking
funner.
Luque.
Like
yeah.
Tony Nick, like you're
really
both.
is.
I think
But they're
UFC
both-
goes, hey,
Yeah.
Tony versus Nick, and call.
That'd be the
hey,
yeah.
Yeah.
hey, it's Tony versus Nick, everybody. Hey,
Yeah.
right? Be cool.
Now the fight, your boy Corey Sandhagen is fighting the guy I've been
Umar
talking about
Nurmagomedov.
for a long time, Umar Nurmagomedov. And Umar
Great fight.
Nurmagomedov is the largest threat in the 35-pound
He's a problem.
class.
He's a problem.
problem. If you like Neymar,
And
take a look
Corey's,
at
I
Umar.
think, and Corey's his toughest matchup.
You
And
think
Corey
so?
has by
qué?
far.
Por
yeah.
qué?
Corey has so many tools. His footwork, he's dangerous everywhere.
Yeah.
Also, his mentality. Think of it, he's ranked number 3.
Killer.
And I'll fight number 11 guy.
Yeah.
And when I had him in studio a while back, because he's same hometown.
Yep.
He goes, dude, I'll fight anyone because when I'm champ, I want to know that
Yes.
I can beat everybody. I didn't take the easy route. I didn't take good matchups. I can beat the worst matchup, the best matchups.
This is his biggest challenge because Umar's wrestling is such a nightmare. His striking is a nightmare. It's going to be very interesting. Umar,
I think Corey's the toughest matchup for Sugar too. I think Corey has a lot of weapons.
Yep.
He's a tough matchup
Yep.
for anybody.
yep, Christian Allen disciple.
Correct.
So this is going to be.
All right, should we bring our guest in?
Listen, let's bring our guest in.
introduce
I'm
them before they sit
excited.
down?
Let's take a break. This podcast brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Let's face it, sometimes multitasking can be, overwhelming.
Dude, just choosing
okay?
insurance is overwhelming.
Look,
Thank God
28
for
million
Progressive.
People, 28 million people drive with Progressive.
You got that? Jesus Christ.
Hey, either way, all you need to do is visit Progressive's website to get a quote with all the coverages you want, like comprehensive and collision coverage or personal injury protection. Then you'll see Progressive's direct rate, and their tool will provide options for other companies all lined up and ready to compare. So it's simple to choose the rate and coverages you like.
That's
All right?
Progressive Insurance. Get a quote today at progressive.com. Join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy. Progressive.
Hello.
Victor Rasuk
There it is.
There it is.
and Bryan Greenberg from the We Almost Made It podcast are in the house.
What up, what up?
Right now.
What up?
And
New
apparently
York in
you
the
and I-
house.
You and I met before?
Yeah, we met. I guess I left
Frank
a really
Grillo's house.
strong impression on you because you don't remember.
You couldn't even fake it, dude?
No, he's like, really? No
Did we
recollection.
talk? I don't have any
We
recollection.
talked all night. You looked into my
but
eyes.
I did look into your
you said
eyes.
a lot of nice
But
things.
you and I
Very
have met
complimentary.
before.
Yeah, we met before. You
Okay.
remember.
I remember.
That's amazing. I remember
And
as
I have
well.
CT, dude.
Really?
Nah, we'll see. But I
see.
remember
Not
me.
yet.
You don't know until you're dead, right? If you have.
Yeah, they can't tell, but
Yeah.
there's signs.
Yeah.
There's signs with speech and stuff, right?
Impulsive behavior.
All
Spending
right.
too
Yeah.
much on a truck.
I've always been that way. You and I met.
Yeah.
Yeah,
At where was it? It was at a premiere.
Super Bowl party.
Was it a Super Bowl party?
I think it was on ESPYs.
It might have been the ESPYs, but I think when then we met another time, it was at a premiere for not the best movie, but it was with Dalia. I did a movie with Dalia.
Oh, that's right. I met you there
And we
too.
ended up hanging out that night.
That's
it was,
right.
Flock of Dudes.
That's right.
Yeah.
Flock of dudes.
Yeah.
I think I was in that movie.
Every comedian was in that movie. That had like
Were you
the
really?
best cast ever.
I think I had a little part.
Okay.
Maybe not.
You didn't come
Maybe
to
they
the
asked-
I
premiere.
think you were in that movie.
I think I was.
Yeah.
I tend to do a lot of little parts in movies because I say yes to everything.
But you guys are you're big New York fans. But you're not from
Yes.
New York.
Not originally, no.
But now
Yeah,
you claim
there I
New
am.
York.
I claim
There
New
I
York.
am.
There it is. There it
Brian's
is.
in it.
There I
Oh,
am.
wow. Look at that. Look at
that
that.
cast.
So many
That cast
comics.
was awesome.
Wow.
Skylar was great.
Yeah.
Damn. Oh,
My wife,
Skylar's,
Jamie
Skylar's
Chung.
the best.
Oh, your wife is. That's
Yeah,
right. there she
Kumail.
is. Wait, did you guys shoot that in Florida? Was that when you were in Florida?
No, we shot this in LA.
LA.
Oh, I remember you when you did this.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Mario
I mean, that's like an
Lopez.
all-star cast. Like a lot of these people have their own show.
I came to the premiere.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can stack a movie full of everybody, but if it's not a good movie, it's not a good movie. You know what I'm saying, everybody?
Sometimes it's out of your control, man.
Yeah.
Hilary Duff is so hot in person.
You worked
Dude,
with Hillary
I worked
Duff?
with her.
Fuck.
Dude,
Oh my God.
Dude, I worked
beautiful.
out with her.
So
Hey.
wait, did you work out in training up in Beverly?
Yes.
I seen you, dude. I think we crossed paths.
When I first moved to LA, I was
Were you-
like,
Because,
he
dude,
spotted you. He secured your.
not only
he
that,
was
I
benching you.
No, he wasn't benching, but there was like one of the machines I wanted to use, and I looked at how big he was, and I was like, you know, what? I'm gonna wait till you're done, man.
I'll wait till you're done.
That's what
Yeah.
happened. I remember,
but
dude.
Hillary was in there. Yeah, and you're like,
and
whoa,
she was
she's
kind of like not in great shape at the time.
But then she got in B shape.
B, she's got an A plus shape.
She's 10.
And
She's got like
Astonishing.
4 kids.
She just had another
Really?
one recently. Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
I mean, I saw this is like 7 years ago or whatever, and I remember she was at the Improv, and I was just like, oh well, you're
Yeah.
fucking gorgeous.
Yeah.
Like,
take
yeah.
it down a notch, but yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
but she
Yeah.
was.
Take it down 2
This is
notches.
where you go. Oh, you walk into a room and they go, and you're talented. Oh, okay, yeah, you got it.
Yeah, she's an A-lister. Yeah.
yeah.
Sweetheart.
So you boys, but you adopted New York now?
I adopted New York.
Can you do that, or?
I think
It's from
so.
Omaha, Nebraska.
Yeah.
Because I thought you were from New York just because the show, like that show,
Yeah.
mine and my brother's favorite show. Shout out
Make
to
It
Jay,
America.
favorite show of all.
Yeah,
Right on,
it was
man.
fun.
Love
In
Thank you.
Colorado, y'all were rocking it in Colorado.
Dude, we loved it because we like
In Colorado.
fashion and the whole jeans.
Yeah.
We loved it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I was born in Omaha, Nebraska. Then I moved to St. Louis when I was 12. And then when I was 18, I moved to New York to go to NYU, study acting. And that was and I've kind of been living there ever since. So that was the late 90s.
You that
still
kind of
in New
counts.
York?
I'm still there part time.
nice.
Yeah.
So I was born and raised there, but like to go to your point, like can you embrace New York? I feel like New York is just such a city of immigrants. So like if you at least have, I don't know, 10 plus years there, then you're a New Yorker. And this
Yeah.
guy has a residency there
If
too.
you're from Omaha, Nebraska.
I mean,
Now, let me ask you this.
yes.
Were you guys the only Jewish family in Omaha,
Then
Nebraska?
we left and there's none left.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
none left. But you have you're
was the exodus.
You're a ginger and you're an athletic kid, so they
No,
must have thought you were like
athletic,
they must have been like, he's German.
No, I don't know. There's a small Jewish community there.
There
actually.
is.
Yeah.
Very small. It started with the Greenberg family and then
And then it's gone.
yeah.
but then you went to St. Louis.
Yeah.
Was there a big Jewish community
I mean,
there?
it's the Midwest. There's going to be pockets of
Okay.
Jews.
Yeah, there is.
everywhere. It's
That's-
not, you know,
Sorry
we
to
spread
turn
out.
this into a Jewish thing. I just
No, we should talk about pastime. We should get into all
let's
of it.
get into
I'm sure-
that right
because
now.
we can
Let's get
solve it
into
on
all-
here.
we can figure it
we'll
out.
solve
we'll
it
solve
on
that
here.
problem. Fuck.
But yeah, but my father's from New York. He's from Queens. Actually, there's like 3 generations from New York. And
Okay,
then-
there's ties
So
there.
you-
like
you're-
there's
so I
ties.
would
That
go back
works.
all the
New
time.
York in you.
Yeah,
All right.
it's in the blood.
Yes.
The bagel's in the blood.
Yes.
the bagels in the
Yes.
blood.
Yes.
You guys were so sad about the Knicks.
So sad. Well, not so sad because we
It's cool
went
they made it that far.
so far, and like we had 3 starters out this year, and we still went to the
Four, because Jalen brought it at the very end.
Yeah,
Brought
that's
the
yeah,
end.
he got hurt. Yeah, that's right.
I mean, come on. If we were, it's one of those years where we're like, if we were healthy, we would have won the whole thing.
Yeah.
we can
So it
say
gives
that.
you an excuse, yeah.
we have a nice excuse.
But dude, for you, I mean, Denver, that was a surprise last year. I was like, where did Denver come from? I feel the same
Not
way.
if you've been watching them all season. My brother's like,
You knew it early on.
yeah.
You
See-
didn't think they were going to make it this year?
Hell
from
yeah,
our
we
last-
thought we thought we were gonna make it this year, next year.
Oh yeah,
No,
I
but
was
I'm-
surprised you guys lost.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, that was
Probably
ridiculous.
20-point deficit.
Had a 20
right?
point lead.
How strange.
Yeah,
It's ridiculous.
But the thing is too, like with Denver, it was like I remember even back then when like you guys had Melo and all them, there was like a lot of high expectations for you guys.
Bro, we had Carmelo,
And
AI,
AI,
Marcus
yep.
Camby.
That's right.
Oh, man.
Kenyon Martin.
Yep. And then
Stacked.
And you guys were stacked. Also, you guys had a great head coach, George Carl, right?
Yeah,
He
hell
was
yeah.
He was a genius,
Monster. Yeah, but
they just couldn't make
Carmelo
it work. I think never
won.
And then we inherited
You
Carmelo.
guys, he just doesn't win.
Yeah.
And then he kicked off.
Unless it's the Olympics.
Unless it's the Olympics.
with all the other guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he kicked off. Jim, what's the Asian feller's name?
Oh,
Jeremy
Jeremy
Lin.
Lin.
Oh, yeah, shit, man.
Because he's his favorite player.
Chin, we make this a racial thing.
Hashtag no
It's
racist.
always racial. It's always
Asian.
racial.
This is identity politics.
Hilarious. So why'd you point at
You guys know. Hey,
ask us,
hey,
you know?
we know why. You know,
But Brennan had his jersey. He had Linsanity.
me and Jay had the whole Insanity. We used to rock his jersey, and then when you find out from Jeremy Lin talked about it, dude, Melo was just mean to him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he was taking
Yeah, but
a
so
shine.
Kobe Bryant was really mean to Jeremy Lin. Kobe Bryant
Yeah.
called up, I can't remember who it was, maybe even Carlos Boozer, and he was like, I don't want to be on the same court as Jeremy Lin. I don't want to fucking play with that guy.
Wait, you
And then-
serious?
Yes,
Jeremy
and
Lin
Jeremy
lit him
had
up.
a breakdown though apparently about it. Was
Well,
like,
because he lit him up as a Nick. Jeremy
Yeah.
Lin did light up Kobe
Yeah.
as a Nick. I remember
Dude,
that.
you remember Jeremy Lin? It was a beast,
Yeah.
dude.
That was
Yeah.
the craziest time. As I've been a Knicks fan, it's still my favorite time.
Is the when Lin was there?
Yeah,
Nah,
I mean that was insane. What was happening?
as a Nick, for me, as a Nick fan, I think my favorite time, and I think you would probably agree with this.
Patrick
is that,
Ewing?
like, yeah, like '94, when they had Ewing, Starks, because we were constantly in the playoffs. There was the constant rival of Jordan,
Reggie
and Miller. And then I feel like there was another. Oh, then remember we had like a little bit of beef with Tim Hardaway in the Heat, and then there was that whole thing with
Yeah.
Alonzo
We're
Mourning.
good. Yeah, Alonzo
that for me.
Mourning.
I'm not saying
Yeah.
Lin, but I feel like we needed it at the time when Lin came.
It's just that like the days were so dark. Like it was so bleak during that time, and then all of a sudden Jeremy Lin just started lighting it up, and you're like, as a Knicks fan, you're like, oh my
Yeah.
god,
That was cool.
Oh
I
my
agree.
god,
I agree.
What's happening?
Yes, I agree.
There's
Yeah.
light.
Yeah.
And then I took my two kiddos to the Padres game because they're playing the Yankees.
Yeah.
My son super into baseball, and he loves Aaron Judge because he's basically the Aaron Judge of 8-year-olds. He's huge.
Smart
And
kid.
Aaron
Smart kid.
Judge is massive.
Yeah.
I've been around big
Like
dudes,
6'8".
right? I've been around huge guys. We were right behind the Yankees dugout with like the Yankee family and play and like all the fans. So we're surrounded by New York fans, and my kids love New York, so it's all good. And I was like, get ready, Aaron Judge's about to walk out. And you read on Wikipedia, it's like 6'7", whatever, 260. When he walked out, I was like, oh my God.
He's a beast.
He's a beast.
So big. And
monster.
then,
And he's in cleats.
oh, he's in cleats.
Adds another 2 inches.
But still, and then he runs to center field. So, center field, you got to be one of the most athletic guys in the field because you got to
Yes.
get everywhere.
Yes.
So I told Tiger, I'm like, dude, look at him. He's that big and he's that agile. Like, so first at bat, first pitch,
Cranks it.
home run.
Aaron Judge cranks it.
Oh, bro. The entire series, I think he had like 4 home runs in the 3-game series. Like, savage.
And your son got to see it. Oh, that's
dude.
great. Yeah.
And dude, Aaron Judge waved at him. He
Yeah.
was like, Aaron.
So is he a Yankees fan, your kid?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just because Aaron Judge, he likes players.
Smart kid.
Yeah.
Smart kid.
I was gonna say one of the only times I got to sit behind the catchers, like right at the plate. I remember one time I was like, okay, yeah, I'm at a Yankee game. I'm like, this is cool, man. We're at the back of the plate. I'm like 2 rows back, watching the pitch. I don't know if you guys ever had this before, but like you see it on TV, you see how fast they pitch. When the pitch goes past their glove,
Bro.
even though the net is there, your brain cannot process that.
Too fast.
It's too fast.
I stood I tried to hit off.
You know what
those
I'm talking
guys.
about.
I went to their training camp, tried to hit off those guys. 2 of the guys who played in the Yankees, actually. One who starts now. And it was so ridiculous. These
And they pitched like they would in a regular game to you.
Correct, sir. They were throwing change-ups, fastball. The fastball is so fast. You got to not be afraid because I was watching it and I said to my buddy Kevin, who trains him, I go, I play tennis, so I go, I can see the ball. He goes,
Kevin
you can get
Bay.
a piece of it. I'll give you $1,000. And when they would throw that fastball, you were like, what? Forget it. You better.
You might as well guess.
Well, you have to
just
start
swing the
swinging.
ball and
But
guess.
even Aaron Judge
Before they
is guessing.
pitch.
They look at the hand.
Oh, they
the,
look at the
the
hand.
human eye can't keep up with the speed, so it is a form of guessing. Yeah, because human eye can't keep up with it that fast.
Yeah.
What about that guy? What about that? The guy who was great at the knuckler ball. I've never seen that in real life.
Westfield.
They did a doc about him.
No, Wakefield.
Wakefield.
And I remember
Wakefield died of cancer.
Oh,
Recently, bummer. But no, Wakefield was amazing. Wakefield was going to retire, right? He was going to retire, and then he was like, "I can do this knuckleball thing."
Yeah.
And he was
they were
striking dudes out left and right.
Dude, and that added 10, 12 years to his
At
career.
least.
Yeah.
This is my thing. When you watch those pictures, and I never saw him in person, think about Randy Johnson. Oh, 6'7", 6'8".
No, he was 6'9", 6'10". He was
Remember when he
6'10".
threw so fast he blew up the bird?
That's all I can think of when I think Randy Johnson is the bird exploding.
The bird exploded.
6'10".
Which I think happened in New
6'10".
York, by the
First
way.
thing in his
So imagine fighting like Ian Gary or like someone like Machida in his heyday.
Yeah.
Like you don't see it till it's in game time.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do to prepare for it.
No.
With Randy Johnson, can we get a 6'10" pitcher in here? Like, sorry.
Yeah.
Like, what are you gonna do?
We didn't get him in his good years though. As a Yankee fan,
No.
we got him kind of at the end.
No.
But we were still happy to have him.
Yeah.
Do you remember when what's his name from the Mets? He used to light him up all the time. It was like that one batter that Randy Johnson couldn't beat, and he used to. I'm talking about smoke the
from-
ball like you said with Aaron Judge.
Small guy?
Dwight?
No. It was one of the stars for the Mets. But he every time.
No.
Mike Piazza.
Oh,
Oh,
Mike
Mike
Piazza.
Piazza.
Oh my God, dude!
He played for the
Catcher.
Yankees.
If you see the
Played for
stats with the
No, Piazza played for the Dodgers, never the Yankees.
No, he played for the Yankees. Didn't he?
for a hot second, it was like really quick. But it was, I think, the Dodgers, the Marlins, then the Mets, and I think he ended.
His heyday was the Dodgers, right? He was massive because I was collecting cards and his
Yes.
card was fire.
Yes,
It
and
was,
then
like,
he
so
won.
hard
He
to
actually,
get.
people don't know this. I think he won. I'm almost positive he won a World Series that one year when the Marlins won with Mike Lowe. Is that his name? Mike Lowe, the first baseman. This would be crazy if I got this right.
Maybe he
Live
didn't play
fact
for the
checking.
Yankees.
Sorry. All right. Well, we'll be done. But
It's
we
so
could talk
crazy.
sports all day, dude.
Oh,
I'm
dude, I love
I'm
it.
so into it, dude.
Yeah. LA is
he
tough to
played-
I was right. Mike Lowe. Yeah. So they won. He won with the Marlins. I don't know. Maybe see. I don't know.
Go to
Florida Marlins are here.
Boom.
Yeah. Go to Mike Piazza's
Vic knows his shit.
wiki.
Yeah, I
I
do.
don't
Yeah,
think he
I'm a
played
big
for the
sports.
Yankees, Piazza. Sorry, everybody.
Mike Piazza, he was one of my fave, man. I love that guy. And then you remember the
But he smoked
rumor?
him. Yeah, sorry.
Remember the rumor on Piazza he was gay? You remember that?
No.
You don't remember that?
No.
It was like all over.
No.
Yeah.
But was it true?
No.
Oh, okay.
And
Maybe it's just the
It got
mustache.
so bad he had to address it.
See,
played
yeah,
for
he
the
won.
Mets.
This is a handlebar
You're right.
mustache.
Was he No, he wasn't a Yankee.
He's never.
No, it was the
gay.
Mets. Yeah, you're right.
Never
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. He was the man.
I remember when
though.
He was the man.
Remember
Randy
when-
Johnson he used to smoke Randy. Anyway, but yeah.
Remember Roger Clemens pitched against him and hit him?
Oh, in the head?
And yeah.
It shattered
Oh,
his.
they got to fight.
Yeah.
Yep.
Fight. What do you mean? No, he
Wasn't that
shattered
the
his.
fight?
No,
He
he
shattered his
knocked
helmet.
him
He was
out.
like this. Piazza was
Yeah.
like this.
Oh, yeah.
On the floor.
Knocked him out. That was on purpose.
I cannot retain any sports. Like I'm so in the moment, and then I forget all the stuff.
It's like the only thing I can retain.
Same.
Speaking of which,
Besides my lines when
do
I'm
we got?
doing a movie or a TV.
I
show.
can't imagine, dude.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
I
Like when I have to
that
do
stuff. I don't know
reads
if
and
it works,
stuff, and
though.
I have to memorize it.
You
for like
can't
sponsors.
memorize all that.
Dude. I have to keep going over it and over it. But sports,
cameras hit,
I can
man.
tell you, like
like a fucking
90s to early 2000s, colleges guys went to, like
Tell me
random
how you
shit.
feel about
dude.
an hour from now.
I'm like Rain Man when it comes to that, and then full blown.
But are you more?
It's
Are
all
you
natural. It's got like
do you
matcha.
know? Hold on. Let me get
Yeah,
this, and then
do
I'm
your
gonna
thing.
ask
All
you a
right, for
question.
our sponsors.
Sorry, boys.
No, we take it anyways.
Cheers.
Well,
Cheers,
so
guys.
we started doing
Oh,
this.
I'm
we,
kind of
we
a
were-
shot
we were
kind of guy. I
taking
went
this-
straight up.
We were taking this for their best commercial is when he took it and he was like talking. And I go, "Hey, you look awake." He goes, "I took one of those magic minds." I go, "Did I tell you they work or what?" And because I'm friends with the guy who started this.
Well, I drink a ton of
First of
coffee.
all, I love that
drink
it
a
says
ton
it
of coffee.
crushes procrastination. I've
It
never
will-
heard
well,
that.
I think
Yeah.
that depends who you are, but yeah.
Because the guy who invented it
Right?
couldn't drink coffee anymore. 'Cause he had a heart thing. So it's the only nootropic I take. It's the only thing I
I've
take.
taken it, but I don't know if it makes a difference. I don't know. I don't know.
which part?
Maybe I don't take enough of it.
I don't know.
Magic
I
mind.
love it. I live for it.
It tastes good though.
I drink about
Speak-
4 of them a day.
Speaking of
Really?
numbers, just real quick, like for me, I think it's not about the numbers when it comes to sports. It's about like all the moments that happen. As like I'm not a numbers kind of person, so like when I
Stats
watch,
guy.
I'm not
Yeah.
a stats guy.
I
That's
can
what
give
I'm
you
saying.
dates.
But and I can tell that by talking to you that you know it through stats and dates and all that. Yeah.
It's weird what your
What
memory
we
will hold
retain.
on to. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think because you
Are
only
you
have
good
so
at
much.
Jeopardy?
Yes.
Yeah, you can just retain like crazy.
Crush Jeopardy.
Yeah. Okay.
I feel like you're good at Jeopardy.
I'm good at Jeopardy. Yeah.
But did you watch it? I watch it all the time. So is me and my wife and my kids, and I'll try and impress them. I get a lot of them wrong, but I'm like, whatever. But when they had the Masters Jeopardy on there, where it's like the 4.
I
Like,
can't get any of those.
oh, it's
That's like-
you're
I feel
what
really dumb.
It might as well be
I get maybe
in
one.
Portuguese.
Yeah.
It's so tough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they just nail it, man.
Yeah.
That guy James Holtzhauer.
Wild.
Yeah,
dude.
A lot of
he's
them
like
are
a professional
professors
gambler.
and librarians.
No,
like-
he's a professional gambler in
he is?
Vegas, and
Wow.
yeah, it's crazy. But I think they make money just as being on Jeopardy.
My father
100%,
is one of those people. My father he just knows kind of everything. So my dad's weird like that. If you say, what is Brazil, what does Brazil export? He knows exactly what they export.
But you know who?
You can ask him.
Not to one up your dad. You know who's the best?
What?
Who?
Joe Rogan.
Just
like
knows a
random
little bit
facts?
about everything, or just knows everything?
Just from podcasting.
And he's interested in so many things. Like he knows a little bit about everything.
I called him last.
Like whoever he has on his pod, like he'll obviously do some research and read about it. But even if you're just talking like on the pod or just in general, cars or whatever, like I know my shit when it comes to cars or fighting, he'll be able to retain so much. And I'm like, how do you know about this?
He's my go-to when I call him when I want to know if something works. I'll be like, does this supplement work? Or I called him about blue light. And I was like, what do you know about blue light? Because I know he's going to know because he talks to all the cutting edge scientists and also he's into that stuff. So I'll call him. I'm like, hey, will blue light lower my testosterone? He's like, fuck off. No. It all depends.
This is your dad.
This is Joe Rogan.
Rogan. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, his father.
Rogan.
His father, Joe Rogan.
I called Joe Rogan.
You guys caught that, right?
But he does call Joe Rogan daddy.
I called Joe Rogan daddy.
Okay, so yes.
Yeah.
That's why.
That is daddy.
I mean, that's why
daddy
he's so successful.
I have a question. And so he says, what is
I agree.
daddy?
That's why he's so successful. Yeah.
Yeah, because he
He's
can talk
interested
to
in so many
anybody
things.
about everything.
Yeah.
Where we can't.
He's interested in everything. Well, let's do some current events. I want to get you guys take
Oh, wow.
shit.
All right.
Let's see what's trending.
Wow. What is trending?
See
I don't
what's
know
going on.
anymore.
Since you guys do a podcast, what do you guys talk about on your podcast?
We're just figuring it out. I don't really know.
You guys just launched it?
We
We
almost
just launched
made
it.
it.
We have no idea.
But before we jump to that, but how did How to Make It in America not get a site? Like there was such a demand. Even now you see it pop up. People
Yeah.
like bring it back,
Yeah.
and then even on Twitter there's this whole thread chain that was like shows that need to be brought back. It's
I
like
know.
it's
I know.
that show with you guys.
You and your brother watch that religiously, right?
A lot of people did. I mean,
Yeah.
it was fucking great. It was so well done.
Well, that's
Kid
kind-
Cudi was in it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
who we'll have as a guest too. That's kind of why we started the podcast, because for the 10 years or 12 years that after the show was canceled, we always get approached by fans always going like, why did they cancel it? So after 10 years of that shit, me and Bryan looked at each other and we're like, we got to do something.
Yeah.
Let's just do this
Give him
podcast.
something.
Yeah.
And then there was rumors like, oh, it's because Kid Cudi was made like he agreed to it, made it difficult. And
No,
then,
no,
I don't.
no, no.
I don't
He
believe.
got his car blown up.
I don't believe
Wow.
in any of
No,
it.
no.
I don't believe any of that. So I'm like, there has to be something going on with the network. or
Honestly,
something.
yeah, it's more the network thing. Like, it hit like a generation of people who are about dreaming and hustling and, it was like that hipster generation, right? And it really spoke to like young entrepreneurs and people who were just like chasing after their dreams. But it wasn't a huge critical success. So we weren't getting like crazy reviews. And this was before social media was really a
Yes.
thing.
Yeah.
And people were stealing the show constantly, and the ratings were kind of low, but everybody was seeing it. So it just wasn't registering on the execs
Have
level.
you tried to repitch it?
I have not.
No.
And I don't really
Because
have
with
any
the
interest.
internet now, it could be.
I mean, I think we
the
all would
magic
do
might
it.
be gone.
Maybe. And
No, I
also-
think it'll still work. But also, you look at Netflix; they just like. You guys are gonna make fun of me. Like I've never seen Breaking Bad, and me and my wife needed a show, and I was like, I've never
haven't
seen
seen
Breaking
it?
Bad. No, I'm on
Oh.
season 2 now. It's
so
fantastic.
jealous.
I
I'm
get
so
the hype.
jealous when you can watch with.
It's so much fun.
Yeah.
But I feel like that show could be something because Netflix, what they're doing now is like shows that were big in the past.
Yeah.
They're relaunching on there, and like I know I'm a moron. I've never seen Breaking Bad. Now I'm into it.
Yeah.
But even like that show could live on there. But also HBO, they're like, oh yeah, we would. But we have a little show called Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Right.
And we spent all our money on fake dragons. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on. They're not
8 seasons.
fucking fake.
They are fake?
What? But it could be like they just went a different path. They're like literally all our attention is on Game of Thrones
Yeah.
and whatever else. they
Yeah,
have.
I just don't know if it was registering with the execs on their level, even though it was in our echo chambers, and other
It
people's.
was like a younger demo because it was
think
like
so.
fashion,
Yeah.
entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Then it was like so New York, and you had Kid Cudi who wasn't as big as at the time.
Right.
People didn't really
It was
like
his
if he was
first
on
thing.
now, it'd be massive, right?
Yeah.
But like they're like, like he wasn't as big unless you knew who he was.
Right.
Right. I mean, listen, we're doing the podcast, obviously, and if it gets hype, and then like we get approached by a network or whatever, of course we would do it. But we decided, because being actors and being in the industry, as you know, like you got to have expectations super low, because you know that in this industry nothing is.
Yeah, but what you have going for you is just two straight guys doing a podcast. We need more of that.
We need more of that.
but it's even like
am I an actor if I don't have a podcast?
Yeah, right?
That's what I was asking myself.
But it's also like I do a show, Golden Hour with Eric Griffin. He's on Workaholics. Like he has a big role on there.
Yeah.
Like, people love him.
Yeah.
And all the boys agreed. They had a script, and Paramount it was all set. They had the budget, and then they just yanked it at the last second. Like, it
It's tough right now.
just doesn't fit in 2024.
Yeah.
And they're like, what?
Would you ever get into acting?
Yeah, I'd be down. I mean, I've done some bullshit.
Why are we laughing over
I know. The
here?
only reason I'm
Why are we
asking is
laughing?
because
because he did acting.
Okay, I didn't know. Okay, you did some acting.
Well, that's a loose term. I was in Tax Collector with Shia LaBeouf.
Okay.
You might know me as Negro.
Are you a thespian? Are you a fellow thespian?
No,
this guy a thespian?
I'm spread thin as it is. It'd be tough.
Weren't you in a
Oh,
mask
okay.
the whole time? Oh.
I played a cartel member and I was in a mask the whole time and I didn't get how movies work. And they gave me we're in the middle of the hood and
Yeah.
Shia LaBeouf's like,
David Ayer's like
he keeps
you.
dying and I was like, man, he's such a good actor. And I was like blown away. I was like
Yeah.
so
Great.
into it. And he had to die, like reset, and they would do it. I'm like, oh, this is taking forever.
Yeah.
Dies and reset. I'm like, this is terrible. They're like, Negro, you're up. I'm like, oh hell yeah. And then the guys
that was your name?
Yeah, Negro.
Okay.
I was a cartel member.
I couldn't
and they
let
give
you-
me the mask, and I was like, oh no, I don't need the mask. Like, oh no, your character has the mask. I'm like, oh, okay. And I'm like, I want people to see me. So I didn't have the mask on, and I'm like shooting at Shia LaBeouf. And like, cut. What's it? Negro, put the mask on. I was like, no, I don't need the mask. I don't need the mask. Like, you gotta have the mask on. So then I put it on, but then I put it like here so I could. So
Yeah,
people-
yeah.
I'm like, hopefully my friends see this. I'm all, good. Cut. Negro, and I can tell you again, or get the hell out of here. I'm like, all right.
Wait,
So-
that was your introduction to the biz?
That was it.
That's like
dude.
that's like my friend was doing a movie.
And then the movie bombed.
yeah.
Yeah.
Shia LaBeouf called it. Like we were
knew
at
it.
craft.
He knew right away.
We
He's
had
like-
craft services, and he was like, "It's gonna eat shit."
This girl I dated
Sometimes you know.
so pretty. I remember in New York, it was her first movie scene, but if she was an extra, she had to be the hot girl walking by the camera, and it was a movie with Chris Walken. Fucking what was the name of the movie? And she walks by. My buddy was there. He told me. He goes, she walks by, and she just goes, and there's the camera, and she goes like this. She goes,
Right at the
God.
camera. Looks
Oh,
right at the camera.
do it.
"Don't look at the camera, sweetheart.
Yeah,
Don't look at the camera. Just keep
tough.
walking."
yeah. I don't want a mask on, you
I feel
know.
like a lot of comedians hate being in movies. Like the
Yeah.
I've worked with a lot of
I
stand-up
hate
comedians. Yeah,
And
it's
I've
just
been in
boring.
movies. I
so boring for you
I was an
guys.
actor first, and I told him, I said, it took me a long time to admit this. I was never on a
40
set where I
years.
didn't want it to end.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just find the piecemeal nature of it. I love theater. I love stand-up. That's my thing. But when you are
Well, you get that
on a
instant
set,
adrenaline when
yeah,
you're
like
doing
I did ride along. Me and John Leguizamo.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
We're hanging, and we ended up reading a bunch of David Mamet plays out loud to each other. We were so bored in the fucking.
Just like
trailer.
hurry up and wait.
Yeah, and then we'd go and we'd have our thing, and then we'd do our thing, and it was like, God damn it.
But you guys love it.
So yeah,
Love it.
I was gonna, just to add to your point, like for us, I think the thrill, like when they're like, "We're ready for you," that is what we
That's
live
worth
for.
it.
Yeah, and like even though the action and and cut is kind of obviously short lived as opposed to theater, like that's what we live for. So that's why I find it interesting. that for you, it's not.
No, well, it's so fun when you're actually doing it. But even then, so much of it is you're doing the same scene 15, 20 times, 30, depending on the angle. So for me,
Is it
it's
different if
too
you're like
piecemeal.
Jason Momoa and you're
No,
like the star?
Not at all. It's worse.
No,
Because-
dude.
but
It's worse.
I'm saying, is it different because it's his thing? Like he's
No.
the focal point.
Let me show you this. Watch this.
No, I know.
No, I'm saying well, Jason Momoa spent a lot of time. You're on a lot.
I know.
And you're in a giant warehouse.
I'm gonna-
and there's
I'm
a
gonna
green
crush this
screen,
argument.
and
Keep
you
going.
Do this, and
Yep.
You do this.
Keep going.
And you go ready,
Yep.
cut.
Yep. Keep going.
And then look up.
And then look up. I knew he's gonna do that too. I
Let's
knew
do
he
it
was gonna
again.
do that shit.
And then all right, ready? We're gonna take off now. Cut. And
Yep.
you're doing that shit all day.
Crazy, right?
Fuck you.
I know. Fuck you. Hey, Chin, do me a favor. Bring up how much Momoa made for Aquaman.
No, I understand.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, there you go.
I would
That's
be
the
like,
counter
what?
argument,
Of course you would.
Cut.
You'd be standing there all day, like how long? you
Full of
watch?
energy. Put another seahorse back there.
100%.
Hey, Momoa, you mind if we put a whale up? Fuck,
Yeah.
Load him up. How much? Load him up.
Straight up.
100%. Well, but
That's
here's,
why it might
I ain't
be
mad at
different for
that.
those guys.
No,
I
it
ain't
is,
mad at
but
that.
I remember this. I
7
remember.
points. Wow.
So remember Nick Nolte,
Wow.
right? Nick Nolte.
Yeah, that's a lot of money. How
That's
much?
a lot.
Some
Yeah. Now Nick Nolte,
Great
Hall
actor.
of Famer.
Yeah,
Hall of
yeah,
Famer.
yeah, of course.
Said the
Especially if
N-word
you're
in-
my age. If you're my age, knew him 80s, 90s.
Yep.
Incredible. We're doing Warrior, and
Oh, that's right.
Yep, and we have this. We're in this. We're in the
that movie.
background.
Yeah.
Nick Nolte and we're in the background of the thing. And we have to be talking, fake talking, while the scene is going on here. Now, please understand, you're in Pittsburgh, and you'll do that all day. You'll sit there and talk. I did Oz, that TV show.
yeah.
You're in the background in an aquarium.
Yeah.
You're fake talking. You're there all day.
Yep.
And you might do that for 4 days because they have to get this shot.
From all
It was
different
like
angles.
ER, they would go crazy in ER.
Yeah.
ER is awesome. You're a star. You have to be doing surgery while they're doing a scene here.
He was on
but
that
bro,
show.
Yeah.
you're there for that. Your day is 12 hours.
I know.
Of
That's long
fake
days.
I was
surgery.
there, dude. I know.
You were there.
First of all,
That's where I go crazy.
Oh, I see.
And even Nick Nolte, I said to him, I go, you're fucking this huge famous star. And he goes, it's part of the job. It's part of the job. Some actors like Pacino and De Niro go, it's not happening. We're
Yeah.
going to figure this out. But even everybody has to do that. There's a
I don't.
tedium
I
to
don't
the
do it.
job.
I don't do it. I'm like,
up.
oh,
Yes, you
this
do.
is where
Shut
my
up.
character gets a cup of coffee.
Shut up.
I know.
Oh, you try to get out of it
I'm
early.
the king of getting out of those scenes.
Yeah.
I am always just like, I know. I watch the rehearsals. I'm
Yeah.
like, how can I get lost?
Yep, I do
How
that.
can I get lost?
That was Gavin O'Connor, right? Who
Yeah,
did?
Gavin O'Connor.
How was he working with?
He's great, man.
Yeah.
He's been a good friend of mine.
Joel
since I was
Edgerton was
25.
awesome.
Love his
Yeah,
films,
Joel's
yeah.
great.
I've known Joel forever.
Gavin's uncompromising.
Yeah, well, that's kind of what I was kind of hinting at.
Gavin
But
is-
both you got into acting out of Omaha.
Yeah, actually, I was doing like plays
In school? You
yeah,
just loved it?
Loved it. Yeah, yeah. And then I didn't know anybody in St. Louis when I moved when I was 12, and I was like, well, I met people doing that, so I was just like a theater kid.
Look, O'Reilly Auto Parts, who are in the business of keeping your car on the road, O'Reilly Auto Parts offer friendly, helpful service and the parts knowledge you need for all your maintenance and repairs, okay? They got thousands of parts and accessories in stock, either in store or online, so you never have to worry if you're in a jam. And the team at O'Reilly Auto Parts can test your battery for free in or out of your car. If it needs to be replaced, they'll help you find just the right battery for your vehicle. Okay? You need windshield wipers. You need a brake light fixed. You need a quick service. They'll help you find the right part or point you to the nearest local shop repair for help. Okay? And you're a car aficionado, Brennan. Okay?
I am, but even if you're a rookie, dude, you'll find the employees at O'Reilly Auto Parts are super knowledgeable, helpful, and best of all, super friendly. The professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts are your one-stop shop for all things auto do-it-yourself, and you can find what you need in store or online. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts today or visit them at O'ReillyAuto.com/fighter. That's O'ReillyAuto.com/fighter.
Theater kid. I played some sports, but then I really didn't love being in St. Louis. I always wanted to go to New York, and that was my goal. So I went to NYU, and I'm like
Great school.
one of those people that was like hyper focused at a young age, and I'm actually doing what I love to do.
Love it.
Yeah, I still love
That's
it.
what every
Yeah.
parent wants for the kid.
I really love
have
it.
a passion, run
Yeah.
with it,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Run with it. And then you just got into it.
Yeah. So I was born and raised in the East Village in New York, and NYU. Obviously, there was a lot of college students shooting. I live close by. I don't know if you guys know Thompson Square Park. It's a pretty well-known
it
park.
very well.
Yeah, you know. Yeah. So
I remember when they cleared it out.
Tent City,
Brian's basically
87.
from New York.
Panic and
Yeah.
Needle Park. Wait, so
lived in New York?
So I lived on Avenue A and 11th, but
Oh.
this is back in fucking 1990 and 91, sir.
Yeah.
This
We
back
called
in
it
hold on,
A,
hold
you're
on.
adventurous,
You're
B, you're
talking-
crazy, B, you're
hold on.
bold, C, you're crazy, and D, you're dead. That
Hold
was
on, I got you
Avenue
right here,
D
just
right
like
here.
you got him. I got you right here. I was born and raised on 8th Street and Avenue D, and you
the
know,
fuck
and
out
you
of
know,
here.
you couldn't even go east of Avenue
You
A,
could not.
and I was already 3 blocks
No.
east.
Dude, when
No.
Brian grew
And
up,
the Dominicans,
white
Puerto Ricans
and
own
black
that
six-
area.
You know,
Different
I
water
know.
fountains.
He owns it.
Don't go down there as a white dude. You're gonna
No.
get jumped.
Listen,
unless
you said it,
know
not me,
somebody.
but yes.
So people don't understand that, right? So when I used to in 90
In 47.
when I went,
I know
when
every block you're gonna
if
say,
I
so go
tried
ahead.
to go from across Houston into Ludlow, Rivington. Please don't do that as a white. You got to be. My boy John Joseph had to walk me.
You
He had
wouldn't even get to
meet me
Delancey
walk.
Street, they would have fucked you up.
I'm telling you.
So,
I know.
So, Brian, is it fair to say, like, New York's safer, even though the media,
So much safer.
isn't it way safer now?
Oh my God, the way where
Dude,
he
most of
grew
my
up-
homies
Crazy
have
now.
been shipped out to the Bronx
100%.
because of the gentrification.
Like a
in the
Whole
East
Foods
Side.
there now.
They put a Whole Foods. That's
Oh,
when you know it's over.
where
Oh,
he,
that
where
came
he
over.
lived,
Yeah, that's right.
8th and D.
You know what I'm talking
I
about.
never went down
Dude,
there.
I was born and
A&D?
raised in the projects right there, right
Bro.
to the FDR Drive.
That's crazy.
I know that's crazy. I knew you would appreciate
No, but
that.
To me, Brian's Mr. New York. Like, I've been to New York without Brian, and the people are like, oh, I'll show you around. And I went with Brian. It's a different
Bro,
experience.
how the
long
fuck
did
did we
you
not
live
know
there?
each other before, man? That's
I don't know.
crazy.
I'm just older. I'm way older. That's
Maybe that's
probably
what
why.
it is,
But New York was, yeah.
Brian's
my,
Mr. New
my
York.
roots are all New York. The whole Italian side are all New York.
But you grew up in
Brooklyn,
New York?
Born and raised in Brooklyn. I grew up all over the
Well,
world.
it's a long story. His dad was a Fed. Yeah.
That's probably why we never met each other
what?
too.
Yeah.
But you know, you mentioned John Leguizamo. Just shout out to John Leguizamo because he's a huge reason why I started acting.
Because of Spawn?
No,
Well, no.
he was the first. No, John was the first he was a pioneer because he was the first.
I'm gonna let you take it up
He
because
was
you know
the
the
first
plays.
Latin superstar in a
Wong
way.
Fu?
Like
You know the play that inspired me,
Wong
right?
Fu.
which one?
I saw it at
Freak.
Atlantic.
Bro.
At Atlantic,
I
he
saw,
did that.
yep, at the Atlantic. I
Theater.
saw Freak as a kid, and I was like, I want to do that.
Yeah.
He's so talented, and then he had a one-man
Beyond.
show like probably like 3 or 4
Ghetto
years
Clown,
ago.
Ghetto
Clown,
incredible.
Sexaholic.
He's so talented.
No, but that's
Beyond.
that's actually that was his like stomping grounds was one man shows, Broadway, and then
So
he got into
talented.
film.
I love John.
I was making a joke about Spawn. I love Spawn.
No, I know, but it's just funny because like we know
I
his
know
career
his
even
Spawn.
before that.
Yeah, I know his
so
Spawn.
you said
Yeah.
Spawn.
So John was the first, really, in a way. He had a sketch show for a while, but John was this.
Was it Spicorama?
this kid? No.
Oh, House of Buggin'.
House of Buggin', bro. Thank you.
Spicorama, a real show?
Spicorama.
Spicorama's a real show?
No, that's a one man show.
That was a one man show.
So he
Probably
was
frowned upon
but he
today.
was the
Couldn't-
first
couldn't
person.
get me to
So
that.
John
not getting the green light.
Leguizamo.
Can't do Spicorama.
But John Leguizamo went to Broadway with something he wrote, and he was the first person in a lot of ways to bring to white rich people and the mainstream the Hispanic experience. The Hispanic New York
He's the
experience.
Jackie Robinson
The
of it,
family, the dysfunction, the function, the beauty, the ugly, all of it. So he was, and correct me if I'm
He
wrong.
played every role in his family. Like he literally did an impersonation
God, he's
of
so
his
nice.
titi, of his abuela, all in one in a 2 hour,
I know.
1 hour. Yeah, so
I've seen- yeah,
and it was like
Savage.
this kid who was like
Savage.
this hip hop kid. Who
You know my favorite movie of his?
he was beautiful.
Empire.
yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah,
Dude,
yeah,
the
that's a good
chain
one.
on.
I like it.
Yeah, that's a good one.
He-
I mean,
he's one of my
listen,
faves.
nothing could top
Blanco.
Benny Blanco.
Come on,
I mean,
man.
come on,
Yeah.
Carlito's Way.
Yep.
Bro.
Benny Blanco.
Which, by the way, I found out later. Well, I've read later that he got Spawn, your favorite movie, from doing Carlito's Way, and he got that was like his first. He talked about it. It was his first crazy payday. Was on Spawn.
Damn.
I mean, I'm sure he's got many paydays since
His
that.
other payday was the ferret who talks like this.
Wait, the pest.
The ferret on Ice Age.
Ice Age.
Oh, they're still cranking those
Oh,
out.
he made some
My
money.
kids love
he did a good
those.
one. That was a
Bro,
good one. Yeah.
he made some money on that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I would be with him sometimes.
That's
Like
Pixar.
I was
Tell me how it was working with him.
Oh,
'cause-
bro, the best. But we were having breakfast at Chateau Marmont, right? You love this shit. So we're just having breakfast, man. I hadn't seen him in a while. He's from New York. He's there, and we're just blah blah blah, talking, and so I've, a couple times, like remember when we were doing ride along. He goes, "I got a friend coming. You'll like this." I go, "Who?" He goes, "You'll like it." So we're in the lobby of the hotel. Arnold Schwarzenegger shows up.
Shut up.
We have dinner. Yeah, it was pretty cool. So it's just me, Johnny Legs.
you remember when
Arnold,
because they did Eraser together many years before.
yeah.
And
And I had,
you know your shit.
yeah, and I had read
Remember
a book
you
on
and I
California politics, so I had a lot to talk about. It was fucking
remember when we went to what's the movie festival in Utah?
Sundance.
We went to me and Brian went to Sundance. Brian had a scarf on which I didn't approve of either.
Yep.
But then you saw Johnny Legs and you go, Johnny goes, "What's up? Why are you wearing that scarf?" And I went, "Fuck yeah, there we go.
I like
Get
this
him."
guy.
Yeah, I like
Johnny's.
this. I was like, "Get him, Johnny, get him."
me.
So I'm having dinner
Yeah.
with. I'm sorry, breakfast with him at Chateau Marmont, and Philip Seymour Hoffman comes up, and it was 2 weeks before he died, and he looked yellow, but he's such an amazing actor, and he had a cigarette. He had a cigarette in his mouth. I was talking to it the whole time. The whole time.
Phil is with his
the whole
cigarette.
time. Didn't take it off. I'm gonna go out there and I smoked a cigarette, and it was just. I was like, well, there it is. Okay, went out there. Then a dude comes up, and it's very, very thin, older man, and we're talking, and I noticed one thing: he didn't have any ass. He just had so skinny.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
First thing you noticed,
and a very large nose. And I thought to myself, as we're talking, I thought, this is all bullshit aside. I
Life
go,
isn't
this is
fair.
fucking Sean Penn at 80, right? Like I was like this guy. So we're talking.
Hold on,
and
I'm
then
just writing down the names you're dropping.
Yep,
Hold on,
I
keep
know
going.
these are names.
Hold on,
And
let me-
then
let me-
on 1 hour.
and then I realized it was Sean Penn.
Shut up.
Yes, and he was so sweet.
And you know who
He
the waiter
so
was?
fucking
Robert De Niro.
Oh yeah.
He was so nice, but it was so interesting because he must have been going through something because he hadn't been eating because he's
Sean
really
Penn?
because he's my
Yeah.
favorite actor. One of my
Probably in a
favorite
war
actors.
zone somewhere.
I love that dude. He's one of my favorite, but he just looked. I don't know what was happening.
That's why I stressed out trying to solve the El Chapo.
Well, when
shit.
you smoke that much, he looked like he'd been
Remember that?
wrung out.
Yeah.
He's the reason El Chapo got busted.
That's right.
It's one of the reasons.
That story's insane.
Dude,
Wild.
Just one last thing to wrap up with the John Leguizamo thing, which is going to trip you out. So I was on 8th and D. Guess where John was?
His mom lives down there on D.
7th between D and C.
That's right.
So I'd always bump into him. And then, so when I saw Freak and I saw him, I actually approached him as a kid.
Yeah.
I had the balls to just go up to him, right? Because he was a big deal at the
Gangster.
time.
I think he was still living down there when I was.
He was down the block from you. You were in 7th to C, yeah. But anyway, so John was also in the hood when I was in the hood, but he was in a brownstone and I was in the projects.
Bro, that's so cool. You grew up.
cool.
You grew up in a dangerous. You grew up in
dude.
one of the most dangerous parts of New York City
At the time, especially. Do
that's
you
a
remember?
fact.
Do you remember the squatters and the riots between?
Of course,
I was there for that too.
I was there too.
But now over
Oh,
there,
no, it was all over. It wasn't just Tompkins. It was,
they found, so check this out, Tompkins Square Park, when they cleared
Needle
it out,
Park.
because it was a homeless encampment, basically, and it was dangerous as fuck.
which is now a dog park, by the way. But yes,
It is. So
yeah.
dangerous back then. I remember a dude pulled out a machete on us. I got so many stories. But anyway, we go there. We're all bullshit aside. We go there. When they closed that up, they were doing samples of the soil. They found medieval diseases in that soil.
No, they
found
didn't.
Tetanus,
Stop it.
They found tetanus. They found bubonic plague. For real.
Wow. Black
they found
plague?
crazy shit
Wait, in
that
Thompson
soil.
Square Park in the soil.
And because it'd been a squatter camp for so long that they
wow.
found crazy shit. Do you remember in Tompkins Square Park? How about this? I don't know if you remember this.
Tell me.
Bro, this was in the 80s, maybe. Do you know John Joseph?
Yes.
Okay, so that's my boy. So there was a guy. I can't remember his name, was Crazy Eddie or something like that. So he had his girlfriend. Blah blah blah. They break up, and Crazy Eddie had basically a barbecue for everybody. He made this big stew,
Like a block party type of
made
thing?
this big stew for everybody, and everybody's coming. They're having a party, and everybody's eating the stew and having a good time. That was his girlfriend. He cooked
In the stew?
He killed his girlfriend in the fucking
my
thing and
God.
cooked.
Nah, I don't believe that,
I swear
bro.
that-
Nah.
Look that up. That made the news.
and you had some of the stew.
No.
This is some Dahmer shit. Shut up, man.
It's Dahmer shit, but that guy, that's how
Yeah,
he
a
got
block
his
party with
girlfriend.
his wife's
Yeah.
stew.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know about
But it
that
might have
one.
been it might have been.
I can't
when were
verify
you
that
born?
one. I don't know
I'm
about
not
that one.
When were
co-signing
you
that.
born?
84.
I should call John right now because he knows the whole story.
Did
Look that
Giuliani
up.
clean
Look
up
that
that
up.
area?
I was there when Giuliani
Oh,
was there.
that's when it happened.
He cleaned it up.
That's what
like
happened.
now people make fun of him, right? But he was a badass.
Oh,
I mean, he
bro.
made New
Got
York
rid
a
of the mob.
police state. It was
Yeah.
basically a police.
Yeah, but he made it better in a lot
Yeah,
of
He
ways.
he
cleaned
did.
it up.
The
but,
Fulton
I mean,
Fish
but he
Market
was
that was
arresting
all
everybody.
mafia. When he closed that shit down, they set it on fire.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Tompkins Square Park.
Yeah, he could.
Man.
Always,
White
it's so funny
stew.
because Tompkins, I always say, people need to say
said
Tompkins,
No, you
because
said-
actually spelled like
I don't think you
TOMTHO.
pronounce the S,
I know,
though.
but I'm saying,
And then man,
when you got
man
that New York
cooks-
education, that's kind of sometimes.
Man cooks his girlfriend.
Gross.
Yeah.
This is.
I'm
can't be
actually
true.
really
There's a
into
John
You
Joseph
say everything
who
with
let it
such
cult.
conviction. I don't know what's real, what's not real.
This was
I mean,
the
listen,
legend.
man, I've seen some crazy shit in Lower East
Daniel
Side. I don't know about-
Rakowitz.
Okay.
Hold on.
Is that the guy?
Hold on.
Is it man?
Missouri, though.
Mechanic. Bother.
And then he tells me where
East Village.
What? You're right,
There you go. He
dude.
killed the woman he believed his living
Oh,
girlfriend.
Billy's topless.
Yep. Yep.
Wait, what?
He did make this too.
Yep.
That's
Made a
crazy.
soup. Boiled her head and made soup from her brain. Like that they referred
Oh, it's
to themselves
dangerous
as
to eat
cannibal.
brain.
That's
Everyone knows that.
Okay, so maybe
not healthy.
now they said I thought he was handing out shit in the park.
Do you think you exaggerated a little bit? Hey,
that's
I
what
can't
happened.
was a
believe
better
that,
story.
man. All the
You
years
know
I
what?
lived there,
It was
man.
a fun story, and I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And we all had a good time with it. But do you think you kind of exaggerated a little bit?
I didn't exaggerate. That was the story.
And I like your name Fast
That was the
Eddie
story.
better than this Daniel.
Yeah, there's a Fast Eddie.
Yeah, they called it some weird name.
He
like
said there's a
Crazy
block
Eddie.
party. Her
Crazy
ribs were brisket.
Oh, maybe he's talking about Crazy Legs.
Crazy legs. They
Maybe
said
the
crazy legs.
yeah, maybe Crazy
They
Legs.
said crazy legs, and the way they spice them. There's a whole thing on spices. but
Okay,
they took
okay,
it out.
okay. All right.
It's what's great about
You
the
got me on
internet.
that one. All right,
It's
that's
great
a good
about the
one.
internet. Somebody tells a story, and you're like, well, let's look at the action.
I mean,
Yeah,
you have
yeah.
live fact checking on this. If
We shouldn't have done live fact checking because my story's way better than that.
I don't like,
I like
fact
your story.
checking. I don't like fact checking.
Yeah, because then it's like, fuck, he
It's like,
didn't
oh,
have a
come on.
barbecue.
Oh, we're gonna get everything right.
Yeah.
So you know what I wanted to ask you is, do you miss fighting?
No,
No?
Not at all.
no.
I got
No.
so much respect for what, because I don't want to cut you off, but like for what we do as actors, like I feel, so I became over the years, like I was like, your guys' discipline is something that as actors, I like, there's nothing like to sort of compare it. Like I'm so into what you guys do. Like, long story short, later in the years, like I became friends with Anderson Silva, and Anderson Silva, great guy, as you know. Yeah, he was kind enough to, like, toward the end of his career, his last few fights, invite me to his training camp. And dude,
Here? At Black House?
yeah.
I trained there.
So because he had it a couple times.
Training for Jake Paul. That one?
No. Oh yes, I did go to the Jake Paul one. I went to the Canelo one. That was a big because he went to Mexico City for that one.
Canelo?
Yeah, no, Canelo. I'm sorry.
Julio Chavez.
Julio Chavez Jr. I'm
Beat
sorry.
the shit out of him.
Yes.
Beat the shit out of him.
Yes. But anyway, long story short, what I'm saying is that like the reason why I'm asking you if you miss it is because I just see the amount of discipline and dedication. And for us as actors, I just have so much respect for what you guys do. So I always wonder, like, when you guys get to that point in your careers, like Anderson, I ask him the same thing and he says the same thing. He goes, I'm not gonna miss it when I'm done. He goes, I like put in the work. I did everything.
I think it's so exhausting. Like it's that chase is so exhausting. But on the contrary, it's like when I haven't been on set with anybody here, but like it might be the unknown, right? Like you guys respect the fighters, we respect the actors and other crafts. But like when I saw Shia LaBeouf, I was like, oh my, like it was so foreign and alien to me.
Yeah.
I was so into it. I was like, how's he do it, man? So I'm sure it's similar. Like when you see Anderson Silva, I'm nowhere near Anderson Silva's level. But when you see Anderson Silva, it's like, holy shit, how's he do it? I think because I know how the sausage is made.
Right.
I don't look up to those guys.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
I've been there, done it. I've been around them. I know the work. Great. It worked out for you.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
when I see like actors or like something.
Artists.
Or artists.
Yeah.
Like when I see
That's so
that, I'm
funny.
like Shia LaBeouf, I was like blown away.
I feel the same way about actors. Like I don't get starstruck with actors. Because you have to be able to think you can compete or like play with them.
Same
know
with
what I mean?
fighters,
You
like-
can't be in awe. You can't be on your heels, right? You
There's
gotta be
not
like,
a
So it's
fight.
same with fighters. You don't
Yeah.
feel like
There's
you're ever
not
intimidated by any.
Never. Never. Most time I think I can beat them up. And that's just the old
Really?
school.
Yes. Well,
Like
you
competitor.
you kinda can.
Most
Yeah.
of them, but that's
You still
just
trained?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I work out, stay in
out,
shape.
right. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll roll still.
He's
But
also, he's
I won't-
also a
You still
giant,
roll.
though.
I know.
I'll still
Yeah,
roll.
yeah.
But when it comes to like the fighters, never. I never get starstruck. None of that's foreign
Yeah.
to me.
Right.
But like actors and like especially like that craft, dude. But I also I was talking to the guys at this car shop. They're like the best in the world. I never get too into it because I don't think it's impressive. Like LeBron Duncan, like that's different. He was born with those gifts. But when it comes to like fighting or like if this guy's a black belt or this guy's his PhD, to me it's like you guys could have done it. I'm not disrespecting the acting, but if I focus on acting, I feel like I could do something
Right,
with it.
right.
I just chose to go this path.
Right.
And I put the hours in. You chose to do that path. You
Right.
put the hours in, and you made your lane. I made my lane. But I always feel like it's just choices people make.
So
we can all make it.
Who do you get starstruck by? Like who are you in awe of?
Fighter, not fighter, I guess, right? You're saying not
Yeah,
all.
that-
No,
not all-
there's no fighters.
No, I'm
No.
gonna say even
Every
non-fighters.
fighter.
Are
Who
you
have
like?
you met in your life?
I'm trying to think. I don't know.
Obama.
Obama.
I was pretty impressed by Obama. When I
How many
met
people we droned or
What's that?
what?
Wait, what?
What?
In
Wait,
the
what?
in the pizza
Brandon.
basement. What?
Yeah.
Pizza basement.
Yeah, I don't
Pizza
know.
Gate.
I
He was
don't know,
impressive.
man. Yeah, no, there's something impressive about Obama.
There's people who can like see the world on a like look at it like a chessboard. Like I get too caught up in the minutia. There's no way I could handle the job.
Peter Thiel was that way for me. I had dinner
wow.
with him.
Yeah.
And I realized, I was like, you're so much smarter. You know what happened to me when I was talking to him? I went, when I talk, I'm just putting together things I've read or heard. He's
Yeah.
having original thoughts as we speak. He's giving me takes on politics and things I've never heard or thought of. And that's where I went, oh, that's the difference.
Your brain works different.
That's the fucking,
Yeah.
well, he's a leopard and I'm a fucking snail in terms of don't try to run a race with certain people.
Right.
Who would you
they're
get?
so
You got
smart.
starstruck around here.
It wasn't
I still think
starstruck.
it's a little
I was
different
just so
because
impressed. I was
we're,
like-
Yeah.
we're super close with Rogan, who might be the most famous guy on the planet, and we've known him for so
No, but
long.
that's my friend, so I'm
yeah,
good.
so it's like,
Yeah.
so
Yeah. So you can't be like, oh, I'm starstruck
Yeah.
because that's the
No,
homie.
but
you came up- you guys came
It's
up
different when he's
together,
the
right?
homie. You know.
Yeah.
it's-
So,
but
yeah,
I'm just saying, like he's so famous and normal. I don't know. I don't
now
know.
at my age,
that's
I'm
a
not
good
gonna
question.
Be, like
I don't know.
you get older and you're like, you know how, again, it's like as you get older and you do enough things, sometimes you see a great concert pianist. It's a dark room. But if you've done other things, you get a flashlight into that room a little bit.
Right.
Yeah, and you
know
guys
that
are
there's a system.
entertainers, and you're
Yeah.
on the road, and you're in like so. It's not like you're interviewing people all the time, so you're meeting all types of people. You're probably not as starstruck as somebody who doesn't leave their house, has a 9 to 5.
So
in the
Colby
middle of America.
Covington came to my show, my stand-up this weekend, and Colby Covington's a phenomenal fighter, and it was so interesting because I'm so impressed with what he can do.
Right.
And then he was so impressed because he was like, you were talking to me, and then you just walked on stage. How the fuck do you know?
Yeah.
So for him, it
Yeah.
was such a mystery because what I do is so different in a lot of ways. But then I look at him and I go, you fought Leon Edwards with a broken foot, like for 25 minutes. How the fuck, So much of it is, again, it's just a mystery.
Yeah.
A lot of doors are closed to us. Like, so when I see a theoretical mathematician like Eric Weinstein talking about why he loves math and how he thinks of the universe and the world and reality, I'm like, holy shit. I'm so blind to certain things.
Yeah.
Because there are certain
Well, then that's what you ask your
truths
dad. If you're blind to shit, you ask your dad.
I asked my father. I asked my
Bless you.
father.
Fellas,
my father, I mean,
I
Jordan.
want to be
What's
about this truck guy. I've been waiting months for this.
What do you got? You got a new truck being delivered right now?
Yeah,
No, I have him pick up my truck, take to Texas.
Oh,
And
okay.
if I miss it, I'm fucked.
Do it.
As long as it's not the Cybertruck. It's
What
not
kind
the
of truck
Cybertruck,
is
is it?
It's
No,
a
no,
TRX.
He doesn't fuck with
Oh.
electric cars.
I hate electric.
good.
We can talk
I'm
about
That
the
shit's so
Tesla
ugly,
guy.
dude.
I'm the
I'm
Tesla
still.
guy.
Give me 10
No,
minutes.
Yeah.
So do your thing.
By the way, the whole
gave-
politics with Elon, I don't give a fuck about any of that. I love the car, but I hate the Cybertruck. Just aesthetically.
I like
Save
it.
it. Save
I like
it. Save
Okay,
it.
okay.
Oh boy.
Well, I'll have some
Look at
car-
him walking. Look at how dainty. Look at him.
leave fucking Lower East Side.
Come on, baby. Come on, baby. It's so funny, man.
Can
I
we
don't
just
even know a lot of this shit that, like, especially where, like,
Yeah,
I grew
bro.
up. Yeah,
I'm
I took him one time when we were working together on how to make it in America.
Yeah.
Oh, we should save it. All right,
Yeah.
sorry. Fuck.
No, what?
No, we can keep this in.
keep going?
Well, no, I was gonna say when I
Talking to the mic.
Oh yeah. So when we first started shooting How to Make It in America, I said, Bryan, like we were getting to know each other. We just got cast, and I was like, do you want to come to see where I grew up? Like, let's go to the projects, Jacob Reese projects.
Yeah.
And Bryan, that's why I love this. I mean, I love this dude for so many reasons, but he's just like, yeah,
down.
whatever. Like, yeah, he's down.
Yeah, he's down.
Fucking down.
Yeah.
So he goes, yeah, let's go. So I take him, right? We go up
On the elevator?
wait, hold on, let me tell the story. You would appreciate this shit too, man. So he goes up the stairs. First of all, pisses shit through the fucking stairs, right? Because you went up the stairs, but I had you come down the elevator. I remember this. So we went up the stairs, pisses shit everywhere because we're in the projects. So knock on my aunt's door. TT, you there? It's Vic. Opens the door. Actually, it wasn't one of these. It was one of those old school project.
Yeah.
TT, you there? I'm here with Bryan. She knew you were coming. She cooked, she cooked a little arroz con habichuelas and some chuletas, So some Dominican food, right? So Bryan walks in, and dude, Bryan, what are you? 6'1"? 6 feet. So Bryan at 6 feet, when you go in the projects, I'm 5'7", dude. When you go in the project,
100%.
it's like you're like touching.
Wait, this is so funny. Hold
ahead,
this
go
thought.
ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
That's so interesting you say that. When you go to the projects, everybody's short.
Yeah.
When you go to if you go to a bar in the upper east or west side, you got
Giants.
all those white kids who went to Harvard. They had good nutrition. They drank milk and they had check it out. They had
Dutch
plenty of
jeans.
sleep, no bullshit. They
That's
had
my point.
sleep.
That was my point right there. You got it. That's it.
They got sleep. They had no stress, and they drank milk, and they had plenty of food.
stress
I'm
makes
telling
you
you,
short.
you go down to the fucking projects, everybody is
You
short.
ain't gotta tell me, dude.
Even the white dudes, everybody's short.
Listen, man, being born and raised there, I've been up to the Upper East Side. I've been to the Washington Heights, and you're absolutely right. There's a lot of nutrition going on up there. But with that being said,
A lot of nutrition on that.
It's fucking crazy, though.
although there was
See,
there was a blackout in 2001. That's a
People
whole
don't,
nother
when you're
conversation.
talking this way, people don't understand. You're coming from New York when New York was dangerous.
No, but so are you. You know
Yeah,
too. That's
fuck
why.
yes.
That's why I keep
Yeah.
pointing at you.
42nd Street, all that shit was dangerous down there.
Before Giuliani,
Yes.
especially. But anyway, when Bryan came, which mad love, because a lot of people, a lot of actors especially, would not have done that.
Oh, yeah.
He came. Yo, first of all, it seemed like he was touching the top of the ceiling.
Food was so good.
The food was mad good, but dude, I could just tell there was times when Bryan was talking to like my family, and he's listening, but you could just feel the claustrophobia just hitting him real quick. Like, all right, Vic, like when we gonna get out of here?
Yeah.
Because it's like the
Yeah.
small cinder block. I mean, it's kind of. I mean, I don't want to talk shit because I grew up there, but like it's kind of like you kind of in a jail a little bit,
100%.
So,
I
anyway.
just remember
Those
going
are my
down.
favorite
I just
memories
remember
of
going
you.
down on the elevator.
Oh, then-
and I lean back and Vic's like, no, don't touch the elevator. I'm like, wait, what?
They'll put you back on the elevator because
He
motherfuckers
said, don't
they piss.
ever do that. I was like,
100%.
oh,
You know.
not thinking about
People
I did
don't.
not
And by
think
the
of
way,
that.
what you just said is so important. New York had a smell to it, and that smell was mostly urine.
Yeah.
People don't understand.
And
But
cheese.
This is true. And, when
And
you
cheese.
bro. When you went into those elevators, the graffiti and the smell,
Everything.
It was that was your daily reality.
It was second nature for me. It wasn't until like I actually became an actor.
Also, when you were a young child, but you grew up this way. What people don't understand about growing up where you grew up was you didn't grow up with any green. you grew up in cement for real. Like everything was vertical like this. And you lived in a box, you walked in a box, everything. You might have a couple trees that were hanging on for dear life coming out of the concrete.
Wait, I have one thing to say to you about that. The funny part about everything you said to me, even the trees, even those single trees out of on a block, even they had like a little piece of fence around them.
They had a fence
who the
around
fuck's
them.
gonna do something to this fucking tree?
Because they
like,
knew
who
they
would-
get chopped down, they get fucked up. People would carve their initials. People
But
don't
you know what I'm talking about?
understand.
Yeah, that little makeshift gate around. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
They had to have a gate around
See,
it.
all that has played out so funny now because Vic is like such a neat freak.
I am
now.
a neat freak.
He needs everything.
Maybe
to
it
be
was
clean.
psychological,
Well,
though,
it's
dude.
all because
Maybe
of that.
because
It's like
of that.
now I saw where you grew up. It's
Yeah.
like yes,
He's tough.
He wants everything clean.
Yeah.
Wants everything organized. It's like
Yeah, man.
And also, like, you know, do you remember when, you know, on 14th Street, the Con Edison building?
Yeah.
So do you remember what, I didn't realize this until I was older, but I didn't realize how hazardous, you know those orange and white cones that come out of the street?
Yeah, with the steam?
The steam?
Yeah.
Do you know how dangerous that, I mean, how hazardous that
Toxic?
shit? Oh my God, yeah.
Burns
And I grew
right
up with
there.
that, but I didn't realize, obviously, because, you know, that's where I lived. But that was everyone on Avenue D. Avenue D had it all the way up until 14th Street.
Con Edison is right there.
Because Con Edison, that's what I'm saying, yeah.
So
Yeah,
dangerous.
14th Street.
It's so interesting, man. I always forget that.
I feel like the episodes that I've heard of you guys, I feel like there hasn't been enough of this New York
Not
stuff. So
at
I'm
all.
glad. That's why I'm glad that
Not
we're
at
talking
all.
about
Because
it.
I don't have anybody to talk to about it.
And I can see how much you're smiling about it.
Yeah.
It's
How long did
nostalgic.
you live there?
I talked to John Joseph last night. So John grew up there. John, they called him
Get him
Mighty
on here,
White.
bro.
I know.
Let's
man.
talk about
I
New
gotta
York.
bring him in. He's the
Yeah.
best. But fuck, man, what a time. There
You don't
was
miss
a
it?
dude. Nah, there was a dude.
don't miss
Yeah,
the piss?
I do. I love New York. But there was I remember remember Alcatraz. Remember that bar Alcatraz?
Yes, of course.
Thank you. So Alcatraz had Where
was that?
I got stories.
Right
There
up
was
at-
a dude. There was a dude. I don't
East
know if you
Village?
remember this guy on Avenue A. He was a homeless dude.
Yeah.
And he would get naked.
Yes.
And he would wrap himself in a rug.
Yes.
Okay.
And he would put himself in the way of the sidewalk, and he would ask girls to step on him.
Yes.
And he got off on getting stepped on.
I don't remember
Right?
this guy.
I do remember this. And then him and his like posse of homeless people, they would have a chess.
In Tompkins.
At Tompkins
Yeah, yeah.
Park on the corner, because you know how it
Yeah.
kind of goes
They
off
got
to
the
7th and A. Right there, that homeless dude sometimes will be with his other homeless homies or whatever and play chess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember a place where the hardcore guys would play, Lemore's in Brooklyn?
Nah.
It was a
Where in
venue.
Brooklyn was it? Is it?
Dude, in the
Williamsburg?
bowels, dangerous. No,
Oh, okay, maybe.
no, it was back. See, again, there were parts of Brooklyn. This was in parts of Brooklyn where
I live in Brooklyn now.
way before like Dumbo,
Yeah.
way before that. So Greenpoint used to be nothing but warehouse.
Yep.
Yes.
So I
Polish.
was
And
I
Polish,
remember,
man, Polish
yeah,
people too.
I remember I was working down in Tribeca when and
Also
people don't
nothing
understand when listen to me. All of those buildings were warehouses. My grandfather, who had an import-export company,
Yeah.
he owned one of those buildings that was worth, I don't know, $100 back then. Now it's worth $50 million. My grandfather owned that building, and he used it. It was a giant warehouse, and I would see him because he worked across the street from Lehman Brothers, where I worked on 388 Greenwich.
Rest
So
in peace,
Greenwich,
Lehman
bro,
Brothers.
he had right there, it was a shitty warehouse, right? And that's where he kept all the shit. And I remember they used to buy cats, and they would have cats just living there because the
eat the
cats
rats.
would
Eat
keep
the
all the
rats.
rats away. They wouldn't, when the rats would smell the cats, they wouldn't go. So you just had a bunch of cats hanging out.
Do you know who owns all of Tribeca now?
De Niro bought it from your grandpops.
De Niro and his other and a couple of
Jane
other
Rosenthal.
Yeah.
But damn, man, I didn't know you go far back like that in New York.
I'm 57, bro. So I go way back. So that for me, it was like, I mean, that's when I was spending so much time down there. Back in, like, I was working in Greenwich. I would go to this place called Bubby's. Where it was the
Bubby's in
first-
Tribeca?
Yeah, it was
Yeah, I know it.
But you have to understand, when Bubby's opened, it was the first cafe.
Yeah.
When De Niro. So I want to
You
be
mean
an
South of
actor.
Canal? It was the first cafe in South of
Yeah.
Canal.
Yeah, so when I wanted to be an actor so badly, right? And I was working as a temp at Lehman Brothers. I was working as I was in the accounts receivable.
Like a clerk.
It was a shitty job. And I would walk by that restaurant. He had a restaurant still there. I think it's on Greenwich.
Oh.
Who, De
First
Niro did?
restaurant.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know.
It's what the fuck is it called? What the fuck is it called?
Yeah.
Tribeca Bar and Grill, maybe something like that.
yeah.
And I saw him one time just standing out on. And to me, it was like, you want to talk about.
It was a Leguizamo
Starstruck?
moment for
Yeah.
me, like that. So wait, what'd you do?
So the best was I was working at Bubby's, and he owned the 2 top floors of the building. It's so funny. And my fucking my boss says to me, they open an outdoor like area of Bubby's. It was an alleyway, shitty alleyway. And I was trying to be an actor, and I was working the cash register and like, making coffee and shit. And I have a hat on. I got a Bubby's like polo shirt. It's so fucking hot. Those dog days, those August days, in bro,
swampy hot.
And you guys understand, before like cars burn clean, it was like you would get. I would do that, and you'd have black for real, right? And I'm just sitting there, and these beautiful girls would come in, and these like famous people and shit, and I'm just hating my life. And I remember the boss, for whatever reason, in the summer, goes, "Here's this corn." It was Indian corn, and he goes, "We want Indian corn."
Wait, I want to hear. So what happened?
He goes, "Figure out a way to hang Indian corn. You're gonna hang Indian corn from that part of the building to that
for
part
decor."
Yeah, bro. And I don't know how to do that shit. So I go, "All right, I got you. Now I got to figure out how to hang Indian corn."
Why?
And I remember I'm standing there with Indian corn. I got sweat and soot. I got some dumb fucking hat and a polo shirt, and I'm sitting there trying to figure it out while these beautiful people, I may as well be a spore, a cup of coffee. And who do I see in the dog days of summer come out? He's wearing a shirt like this with a leather jacket. Is there a bead of sweat? Nah. It was De Niro in his prime. It was when he was the biggest motherfucker on
Goodfellas and all that
with
shit.
this beautiful brown girl on his arm, right?
Yeah,
Of course.
tight, yeah.
Of course. And they looked like they'd stepped out of a spring somewhere in like some oasis, right? And there's the man, and he stops to look at what the fuck is going on, like adjacent to his building.
Yeah.
He's just looking at this, his look. And I see him, and I got corn, and that's my hero. And I go like this. I look at him and I go, I go to say hi, but in the middle of hi, I decide it's a bad idea. So, you're like, hi,
you're holding
don't say hi, because don't do
corn.
that. And I'm holding corn, and I went like this. I swear to God, I go. I shook the corn at him. I went, hi. And I froze. I panicked, and he just went like this. He went, "How you doing?" He didn't do that. He just went,
Fucking kid.
and just kept walking. And that was my.
Have you seen him? Have you seen him since? Please tell that story.
Well, I saw him. I saw him in an elevator, but I didn't look at him.
Wait, so you've never actually spoken to him ever?
No. Wow. No, sir. Met Pacino. Hung with him a couple of times
Great
at
ass.
Rone's house. That was pretty cool.
That sounds cool. Can I just say something to you, Bryan? I would be insulted if you're not on We Almost Made It on our podcast, because you know why?
Anytime.
Your stories and your come up, I think is so interesting, man. Especially that we're from New York. There's so many stories to be told. And I know that's one of many stories. So anyway, hopefully we'll have you on We Almost Made It, because that's what it's about. It's about hustlers.
Yeah, it's like it started about the show, but it really is about people who are just like hustlers who chase their dreams no matter what.
I'm gonna follow up, man. I'm serious. We're gonna get you on, man. Yeah.
Hustling never ends, though, does it?
No.
Does it ever end?
Never ends.
No, dude, that story was amazing that you just told. That's an amazing story. And I know you have way more than that.
Bro, it's all that hunger, that longing.
Yeah.
I think you need to keep that. I think one of the most important things is to realize there is no getting there. I think in a lot of ways, you got to keep surprising yourself, keep shocking yourself, keep trying to stay a little bit uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like this is my next hour is really all about that. Like the idea that the Garden of Eden is where you want to get to. You wouldn't want to be in a garden where nothing can kill you. There's no point in climbing a tree if you couldn't fall out of it.
Right.
The only reason you'd rather pet a tiger over a cow is the tiger might kill you. They feel the same.
Yeah.
And without the possibility of it all going wrong, without the possibility of it all fucking crashing and burning and having to build up from there is no adventure.
Right.
We stay alive. Adventure and intimacy are the two most, the rarest commodities. They're the rarest commodities we have. And I think that's what you have to keep in your life. And the minute you get too rich,
Or comfortable.
too comfortable, because what happens when people get really rich is they buy comfort and safety. They buy too much of it.
Stop taking risks.
Yeah, and then they got to start importing it back into their garden.
Yeah.
And it never, that's why the children of billionaires, usually it doesn't work out. You ever see what happens to the children of the rich and famous? Like, this is my son Bhutan, he's 25, he's never had a real job before.
Yeah.
He doesn't believe in shoes, he's a fierce advocate for animals, and he's addicted to everything. That's kind of what happens.
Like fighters too, and they get rich. It doesn't work.
Yeah, that was the bio of every rich kid.
But Bryan, so for you, you feel like that the hustle never stops for you.
I don't want it to stop.
Great. I never heard that before.
Stand up, my favorite thing about stand up is that it never gets easy, and you better come with something new. and you better be shocking yourself, and you better stay relevant, and it never ends, man.
So that's a challenge that you keep going towards.
Yeah.
Acting to you is not a challenge.
When I shoot my next special, I got to start from scratch. Wow. And every time I start from scratch, I'm like, I may never be funny.
Fearful.
You know Luis
Success?
Guzmán. You know Luis Guzmán,
Yeah,
of course.
and I've worked with.
And ratings are back.
Well, you know Luis was on.
Ratings are back.
Ratings are back.
Ratings are back, guys.
So
Ratings are
sorry
back.
to listeners
All good,
out
man.
there. I
The
left
bump.
you with Brian.
Here's the bump. Yeah.
Louis, just to add on what you just said, Louis.
Talking about Louis Armstrong?
Louis Guzmán.
Louis Guzmán.
He's on the show. You know, remember
You know
he
who he
played
is?
my cousin Renee.
Bring up Luis Guzmán.
You know,
You
my
see him
cousin
in
Renee.
everything.
Oh,
Boogie Nights.
yeah.
He's in the Wednesday now on Netflix.
That's right.
So anyways,
Yeah.
Louis-
Massive.
No, he's a legend.
Louis had a quick stint. He told me it was about a couple years ago. He had a
And
quick
Boogie
stint.
Nights.
Yeah.
There is.
Sorry.
Yeah, Boogie Nights. Yeah.
He's got 11 kids or some shit. He's hilarious.
Oh, he's
Look at how many
adopted.
kids he has. He's great.
He told me, because you were talking about stand up. He 2 years ago he actually kind of dabbled in stand up, and he said that when he tried to come up with something,
He was on the House of Buggin', I think.
and he was a House of Bugging. That's how him and John, I think, also met back in the day. He told me that he has such respect for you guys in terms of coming, like you said, you have a special, you got to start from scratch. He said he couldn't do it.
I don't think I could
6
do it.
months. He said
Never
he was
ends,
done.
bro. Never ends.
Yeah. He said, I thought I was funny off camera, but he's like, I can't do it.
I
It
live
doesn't
for the
translate.
I live for the grind. I
Yeah.
love it, man.
Yeah.
It's just
Well, that's why we got to have you on
Stand
the
up
show,
scares
man.
the shit out of me.
Yeah,
It's the one thing I don't gravitate towards it. Maybe I should do it because it scares me, but I don't think I'd be good at
I
it.
think if you did it enough, you'd be good at it. You're a smart guy.
Yeah.
I've worked with a lot of
Yeah.
stand-up
You gotta
comedians.
find what your shtick
I'm
is.
like comedy adjacent,
You can do it.
but I'm not.
That's not true. You could do it. You just have to.
Start breaking down jokes.
The
I would say-
hustle's different.
Yeah, I would
It's a
say
grind.
if you want to do it, you just start with what, like I would say, write from what scares you. Like write personally. Like who are you pretending to be? Who would you rather be? How do you want to die? How do you not want to die? What do you want to say when you die? You know, all that shit. Like who broke your heart? When
That's
did
how you
get
find
your
your
heart? Yeah,
voice.
look at those turning points and like get into that shit. Like how'd you really feel after your first breakup, after your last breakup? What are you actually insecure about? You know, where is the armor you put on your body? That's kind of what it's about. What bothers you? What scares you about the world?
Yeah.
What are the ideas that fuck?
I thought
Yeah.
about your question while I was getting hustled out there.
Yeah, the Cybertruck,
We
yeah.
agreed to one payment, and then he was like, nobody told us the truck was so big. It's going to be more. I'm like, come on, dude.
So you have to pull out the credit card, everything, and be like, yo.
I had to write him a check. He
shit.
hustled me, but it's off to Texas.
Let's take a little break. Do I look sharp today?
Dude, I said you dressed up for Bryan Greenberg.
Yeah, people say that, but bottom line is I'm wearing two collars. This is my I don't know what they call this. It's like a shirt coat. Then I got this. I'm into these button up. These are my favorite new things from True Classic. I've got all
Oh
the
wow,
different-
double collar.
Yeah, bro.
Hell yeah,
Double
dude.
collar.
Hell yeah, dude.
This doesn't wrinkle. So when I travel, I can wear a collared shirt.
Or
look
when we
like an
sit on
adult.
podcasts, we stand up, take pictures. Notice I got old wrinkly short
Yep,
hair.
not me.
You look cool.
I love this stuff. I've got them in
No, it
all
looks
different
good.
colors. They got green. They got all kinds of
You
stuff.
should wear the jacket on top. Don't wear double collar, right? Anymore.
Why,
But
dude? I look great. It pops.
You look good, but it's just the two
frames
collars
my face,
confuse me.
pops it. It's like, is that collar? Wait, you two collars?
Dude.
How many guys go two
True
collars?
Classic makes the best gear ever. They
They're the
got
only
button
thing I wear.
ups. They got V-necks, crew necks, joggers,
Jeans?
There's
How about the jeans?
freaking
Have you tried
spring
their
colors.
jeans?
Oh, I love them.
Damn.
It doesn't feel like where you're wearing jeans. It feels like you're wearing sweats. They
love
got
everything.
socks, undies.
Yep.
They got everything. So if you want the gift that keeps on giving and you're ready to upgrade your closet, shop now with trueclassic.com/fighter and save up to 25% off your first order. Jeans, joggers, tees, whatever you want. It's the
Such
best
good
of the
quality.
best.
Great quality.
No matter how you move, make 2024 your most comfortable year yet with True Classic.
We are going to Alaska to do some fishing. We want halibut. We want salmon. We're doing it with the best outfit there is. Sportsman's Cove Lodge.
Dude, I'm going to wrestle a grizzly bear.
I can't wait, bro. 5 boats, 6 guests to a boat. I mean, you got a 3-to-1 angler to crew ratio. You got a 1-to-1 staff ratio. You got food that's the locally sourced
I
and the
can't
best in the
wait,
industry.
dude.
Listen, alaskasbestlodge.com.
But if people want to join us or if you want to take your family, give them a discount. Be at
Fishing.
alaskasbestlodge.com.
$800 off any June dates.
Hell yeah, dude.
Discount code TFATK at checkout for 10% off your first trip. Limit of 6 slots per person. Buy one, get one. Limit of 1 person. There's a very limited availability.
Best time to go, June 29th through July 2nd, July 6th through July 9th, July 9th through July 13th.
You'll see so much wildlife.
Oh,
Alaska's crazy.
Avoid the grizzlies.
I'm excited, dude.
A lot of people out there like, I don't know if I want to try kratom. I've read bad things. You don't know squat because Listen, the only company I trust is Happy Hippo. They take all the guessing out. They give you actual kratom, the best of the best. However you want to get it delivered, powders, pills, taffies, shots, energy shots, K-dips. They got all at Happy Hippo. Go to happyhippo.com.
Chin's on it all the time.
All the time. And the promo code is TFATK. All right, that's 20% off for life at happyhippo.com. Let's get back to the program.
Never seen Chin sick once. I don't know what you're doing, but whatever you're doing is working because he's never missed a day of work. Unbelievable.
But I was thinking about one person that I was in awe of is Bill Burr.
Yeah.
Even to this
Yeah.
day,
Yeah.
he's such a savage and he's so good.
Yeah.
And I always knew he was good. And then we were doing a show at the Laugh Factory, and every comic was just eating dick. It was just
Yeah.
one of those nights. You were with me. Everyone's eating dick, and every comic go back to the green room, and they're like, "Good luck." It was a joke. Nobody. I'm talking seasoned comics.
Really?
Bombing, like eating shit.
Just the
was one of
crowd
those
wasn't
nights.
feeling it, huh?
Bill walks in and he goes, "What's going on?" And they're like, "Dude, the crowd's awful." He goes, I'm gonna jump on." And they're like, "Good luck." Dude, he went out there and he's just sitting on the stool and he's like, like they're cheering for him because Bill Burr.
Yeah.
And he's just staring at him. And you can tell he's been there 1,000 times and just started going at them.
I've
And
seen
we're
him
like,
do
we were
that.
like, but I'm saying like ruthless. And you're like, whoa. And then he does that. He gets their attention and then flipped it and
Yeah.
had fun and like brought the house down. I was like, oh, there's a pro.
Yeah.
But having said that, with Bill, I've also been with Bill where right when we saw him, he was about to shoot a special. So his material was at a boiling point and it's incredible.
Yeah.
Then I was with him at the, where is the place in Pasadena? And,
Ice House.
Yeah, and he'd done thing. We were on the same show. We'd done thing, and I was kind of walking with him, and I go, "How you doing?" He goes, "I fucking hate this part. I hate this part of the fucking, my thing." And I go, "What do you mean?" He goes, "Because I got to write new shit now. I got to try it out." And it's like, oh. And so everybody goes.
No, but remember, this is why I love Bill. Because remember, you shot a special. We went to the Comedy Store and we're talking to Bill. You're like, man, I got to go up tonight. I just shot a special. I did new shit. And he goes, whoa. This is why I love Bill. He goes, that's what we do.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
what the fuck we
Straight
do.
up.
Yeah.
He goes, what are you talking about? That's what you signed up for.
right.
And I was
Yeah.
like, that's gangster shit.
That is gangster.
So just to relate to that, to the acting world, like we were talking about how the hustle never stops, the grind never stops.
Exhausted.
You never get there. I was lucky enough when I was in my 20s to do a movie with Meryl Streep, name drop. And
Hold on, let me pick it up.
That's my favorite. I think
There it
she's
is.
the best actress ever.
I mean,
Actor.
yeah.
I think she's the best actor.
I mean,
that's
it's like
aggressive.
proven at this point.
Daniel Day-Lewis and her.
Yeah.
And Christian Bale.
And she played my mom in this movie, and I had to do like 7 screen tests to get this role. Like I had to fight so many battles, and I won it. I was like,
Damn.
oh, I'm in my 20s, I'm confident, like cocky, and
Nothing's really changed.
We're rehearsing, and she's like, "So, Bryan, you how you feeling?" And I'm like, "I'm good. I'm ready to go. Let's do this." And she's like, "You're not nervous?" And I'm like, "Nah, nervous? Nah. What are nerves?" And then she's like, And it was just like dead silence. Then I was like, "Why are you nervous?" And she's like, "I'm scared shitless." I'm like, "You're Meryl Streep, and you're
Yeah,
scared
never
So
changes.
my
So
friend
it
directed
never
her.
stops.
My
Never
friend directed
changes.
Meryl Streep she was doing a book reading. She was doing one of those books on tape.
Yes.
Okay. So my friend was directing her. And my friend's an actress. And she's been acting forever, but she was directing this for Dove Books.
Mm-hmm.
And Meryl Streep just had to read the thing. And she was in the hallway going,
Sweating.
Oh, yeah.
No,
I love
dude.
that.
She cares,
She's
yeah.
like, "You all right?" She goes, "No, I'm just fucking nervous. I'm so nervous because I'm just trying."
No, dude.
Yeah.
But I don't think that ever, like, if you cared, no matter how many times you've done it, like, this thing with fighters, like, I wasn't the first fighter. I was one of the more outspoken fighters. I was like, I'm scared shitless back there. Like, I'm fucking
You were
terrified.
one of the first,
One of the
yeah.
first, yeah. I was like, and everyone's
I
like,
love to
what?
To talk about that?
Oh, yeah. I was like open about it. It was like,
Yeah.
it was almost as coming out like you're gay.
Yeah.
Like, everyone's
Yeah.
like, what the fuck? And I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, I'm terrified.
I
back
saw
there.
him right
But then,
before
hold
he
on,
fought.
B. But then I remember, like, I was like, I can't believe you guys don't talk about this more. Like, the reason I said it, I've been back there, insert name, Brock Lesnar. Like, he's way bigger than me. Savage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Terrified.
No,
Fucking,
dude.
oh my God.
GSP.
GSP. Oh my God. Like the guys that we all think are warriors, they're
But
human.
maybe that's
like it's normal.
generational, because I feel like this generation of all athletes, of all people, they talk about their feelings more. They're even with music,
Yeah.
with Cudi, like he
Yeah.
was like introverted, talking about
Emo, that whole emo scene.
But that's his whole generation.
But I think with
Maybe you're at
fighters,
the
like
front end of that.
like you won't hear a lot of guys talk about it even now because I think it's not frowned upon, but it's also like I don't know. Almost people don't want to hear it. I don't know. I don't know.
I think it all depends on how you do
But
it.
I also don't think we should put all that out there. Like, how's shit going? Like all the therapy, oversharing, but and also like mental health and all the therapy and BetterHelp and all that shit. Oh yeah, how's things going?
Yeah.
How many people have fucking problems?
I agree.
Yeah.
Like back in the day, people shut the fuck up. You got to work.
And they built things like Europe and New York.
Yeah, like if you're
What are we building
They
now?
built shit
What
like
city?
Hollywood and the tech industry and the UFC. You ever think about like the people that built shit, like the shit that we all enjoy? You didn't really hear about their fucking feelings. Because like it was also all dudes.
I know.
But it's like
It's a
Lauren
little much
Landau.
now.
Like, does it matter? You know, it's like, does it matter? Like, people are given all these feelings. How are things going for society?
He's talking about when he
yeah.
was on the Ultimate Fighter and he had torn meniscus, and his trainer saw the MRI, and he goes, and he was all swollen. He goes, how is it? And Lauren Landau goes, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter because you're going to fight anyway.
Yeah, I had to
wanna
do
know,
it.
Or do you want to go out there and just fight?
Yeah.
Or do you want to worry about this? Why don't you not worry about
Yeah.
this and worry about the guy in front of you? That's a great philosophy.
But what were you guys saying about Tesla? So you guys both like the Tesla truck?
I had I was like an early reservation for the Cybertruck. I loved it. I mean, I'm a big like DeLorean fan from Back
Love
to the Future.
DeLoreans,
So I was
yeah.
like, oh, this is just a reincarnation, but on steroids.
Yeah, fair.
And then I got a Tesla Y, and I was like, I didn't love it. My wife crashed the car.
Crash the Tesla?
Yeah. The thing about those Teslas, though, if you damage it, they scrap them.
Yeah.
They say they're good for the environment, but because it's so expensive to replace the parts, there's so many of those Teslas just
Correct.
sitting in the junkyard.
You can't sell
the,
them.
the,
Yeah.
the
Wait,
resale
they
value
can't
is
sell
awful.
them?
No.
When they get even like a little like whatever, they can't even sell them.
They got a lot of them on the lot. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Wow.
I
The
think
resale
that.
value is
I love-
awful. They don't get me started on the electric engines. Like, it's a nightmare.
Wait,
I
that's
love-
all electric cars or just Teslas?
I love Tesla. I've had this. I'm going on my
You got the Y?
eighth year of having one. I had
S.
the S twice, and now I
Ooh.
have the 3, the little one.
Yeah.
Dude,
It's a tank.
did you get the
I love.
new
Yeah.
3? Did you see the new 3?
No,
It's gangster.
because the reason I don't have the
You have a
Y.
Tesla.
I do have a 3,
Yeah.
but I have the same 3
Oh,
you do.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm saying
After this, you guys should all go suck each other's dicks. Hey, real quick.
Hey, bro, come on, be cool, man.
Is that what's happening in the Tesla club?
Yeah, that's what they do at Tesla meets.
I'm out, so I don't know
But
anymore.
hold up, but here's my question. I have my problem. People think I have issues with like I love Elon Musk, so it doesn't make sense. But my thing is like especially in New York. Were you ever into cars?
Dad's a Dominican mechanic, so yes.
So
I grew up. I always grew up like in LES, always around like body shops because that's what my dad still does.
And you drove cars, like you drove those badass cars, like you owned them and stuff. Or?
No, I didn't own them until I made money as an actor after like all those years in New York when I moved to LA. So like
So you
then I
got
got really
into
into cars.
cars.
Yeah, then I started buying like what I could afford. So I would get the dope Audis, the dope Beamers, the dope
Dope.
Mercedes. Yeah.
Okay.
But then I slowly, I think as I became a dad and I got older, I think
Makes
then I started
sense.
liking
Fell
Tesla.
back to that, and then we're a big
Love
car guy?
cars. Yeah.
Love
I like
cars.
trucks.
Interesting.
I have Broncos. I have 3 Broncos. I got
Fuck.
74, a 95, and then a 2000.
Yeah, that's just crazy.
22.
Those
You
are
got
dope.
racing trucks now.
You are?
Yep.
Is that why you're shipping it?
I mean, we could talk cars all day if that's what you're asking. We're
We
like
talk
car.
cars,
motorcycles.
no,
Yeah.
usually the people that I've been around who are into Teslas and that stuff, they've never been like
Around cars,
really
yeah.
big into cars.
Oh,
and so it's like for Bryan, like so to him, and I have no issue with it. Do your thing, but it's like they're easy, right? They look nice enough. The interiors are
Yeah.
basic.
Point A
It's
to point
clean.
B.
Yeah, it's not a big
Yeah.
deal. You charge it. You don't have to. It's one less thing you have to worry
also
about.
fast
So I get
and
the
safe.
appeal. I get
Right.
the appeal.
Yeah.
You know, for me too. Like when I got the Tesla, the 3. You have an 8-year-old, and you have a what was your
I
other?
have an 8, 4, and 6 month old.
So you know
Oh,
when
wow.
they get older, congrats by
Congrats.
the way. When they get older, I think the reason why I got a Tesla. So my wife has a gas guzzling car, and I got the Tesla. I think the biggest reason you would know just being a dad, like. I was more not worried, but also thinking forward that one day she's gonna be at school and be like, "Daddy, I learned about the environment that car." Da 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 da. I'm like, "Not Daddy. Daddy got a Tesla.
Yeah.
Daddy."
Yeah.
So I was kind of thinking that way.
We do
I was like,
that.
"Don't blame me. Look at mommy. She got her gas."
have you done the research on that?
I
know.
obviously, I
When you
got
talk
more
about
research now, but talking to
the
you guys
carbon
than I did
footprint,
before getting the
yeah,
Tesla.
I
So.
know.
But no, I get it. I get all that
Yeah.
stuff. See, I go the opposite. I feel like if you're a car guy, you're a gearhead, you're into the cars, like it's on dads like me to educate our kids about combustion engines and like, you know, the GT 500s, the GT 350s,
Yep.
the TRXs, the Hellcat engines, the fucking GTR Nissans, like, because that's all going to go away. If we
Yeah.
don't pass it down and
You're
the
right.
way the laws are going, all that goes away. And then also just
happening right
working
now.
on the cars
Yep.
and get them
I
interested
don't
in
even
it.
go away. People love it's too passionate.
In California, it's gonna be tough, Bubba. It's gonna be tough in 2035.
Yeah, it will be tough. Yeah,
We
I don't
have
think it'll
one-
go away completely like what you're saying because I think the love for it is so deep.
They'll yeah.
But they are
most
trying.
people are moving, like in most big companies, they're moving to hybrids, which
Yes.
I'll take. It's
Porsche just came out with a 911 hybrid. Did you see
badass.
that?
Yeah.
See, we have kids, and so that
many
Cybertruck.
kids?
I have two twins.
We both have
twin
two, yeah.
boys.
Oh,
2.5.
nice.
I gotta-
I'm in it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh,
I didn't know
you
you had. I didn't know you had kids. So we all are dads. I'm sorry.
Yeah, everyone's a dad here.
Yeah,
Dad
yeah, I didn't know
club.
that.
But that Cybertruck, it goes down in the back, and I'm like, I can't put car seats back. They're going to be hitting their heads.
Be tough.
So I gave my reservation to my boy who had a Rivian, and we did a little trade.
shit.
Yeah,
So you
I
have
like
the
the
Rivian.
Rivian.
I've driven a
Yeah.
Rivian.
nice
Brooklyn.
Rivians are
Rivian.
nice.
At a
Yeah,
Brooklyn
really?
Rivian, yeah,
That's a
they're-
nice car.
they're-
Yeah. It's fun.
Dude.
It's like, yeah, it's a good family car.
On a
You're
side-
telling me you have as much fun driving the 3 and the Rivian as you do as like your Broncos and stuff?
Oh,
So hold on.
What are we doing?
No, we're not doing anything. I'm on your frequency right now.
halfway in, halfway out.
I did. So I don't know about you, but I do this once
You
a
gotta
year.
let go of that Magic Mind bottle. Give that, put that
Listen
over
to this,
there.
man. Tell your
The
guy.
sponsors are happy.
It's
at this
legit.
point.
How do you feel right now?
sponsor of the show.
No, without doing the sponsor.
There you go, Greg Link.
But do you,
Greg Link.
Yeah.
Shout out Greg Link.
Yeah.
But what were you gonna say, brother?
No, so I do this once a year where I go. There's these like race car where you can sign up and you can race these cars for different tracks around the country. So I just did one in Phoenix where this company goes and you could like ride a GTS. I rode a Lambo.
Really?
Yeah. So certain car makers have their own, but then
Yes.
there's other companies, that they have like different cars. So
You can
I
do
just-
the experience, like
the
the
experience.
Porsche
That's what
experience,
exactly
yeah.
what it's called.
Yeah.
So I did the experience in November. I drove all of those, and trust me, I was thinking the same thing you, man. I'm like, Tesla's not doing this, dude. I'm doing 180, and like, when they do the straightaway, I'm like, and I'm like. I have on my
feel it.
Instagram, I have, there's the instructor. If you've done it,
Yeah.
you have the instructor in your ear, like,
Yeah.
all right, pull it off the thing, and
Yeah.
then now press the
Yeah.
gear, and I'm like, oh, you see my face. Tesla's not doing that.
No.
So, and I love that. I also did it again with Mercedes. Had another one where you could do not a donut. What's the when you like
Drifting?
Yeah, I was drifting on one, and then they had the course. So trust me, I'm with you on that. But I think just for practicality and my kid, like I said, I think it all came down to that.
See, but yeah, mine's different because especially where my son goes to school, I pick both of them up, and there's Teslas all over. Then I pull up in a 1,300 horsepower TRX. That's the loudest truck. It's not legal. The loudest truck you've ever heard, and it shuts the school down. And my kids are like, "Fuck yeah, there's my dad."
That's-
I go jump on it.
gangsta.
And they just love.
He
like,
won't let me instruct you because they won't start with you in because you're a cuck. Tesla cuck. Yeah, I'm like, come on, man. He's like,
That's-
no,
You
that's
need a
gangsta.
minivan though.
That's
You got 3
fucking-
kids,
that's
man.
gangsta.
You need a bus.
Yeah, like my
this
kid,
point.
my
No,
kids.
3. You got
I got 3. Yeah. Like my kids love. They're into the cars. We go to car shows. Like my kid will run out and be like, "Dad, what'd you bring today?" And like the Lightning, the Demon, or the TR. Like
How many
they
cars
love
do you
it.
got?
He would have.
3.
He
Well,
would have a Ferrari
5.
or the Porsche GTS. Like
GT2
people like
Rs.
only take that thing out. Like it's his everyday driver.
Oh yeah.
That's
It would
kind of
be his
gangster.
And do you flip them, or do you just
everyday
keep getting new cars?
Some I'll flip, and then there's certain ones I keep.
Yeah.
I love it. Love
You
it.
got to do the gangster thing and bring it to Bob's Burgers.
Yeah,
That's where
we're
I'm
in
at.
Burbank.
We're right there in Toluca Lake.
There's a big
every Friday
yeah.
night, I think.
Is
Yeah,
it-
you
is
can.
it
My
the
boy
first
told me
Friday?
about that.
Or once
Yeah.
a month, but it's on Fridays because
the
I live
first of
right
the month
there.
for sure.
It's
It's
gotta be knowing you there, man.
Friday from like 5 to something. I heard it's massive.
All the
It's
classics,
crazy.
dude. Like all the
my kids would
gangsters.
freak out.
Yeah. And there's a lot of kids. I brought it because there's a lot of kids there. That's why I brought that up.
Yeah, my kids love it.
Yeah.
And they collect all the cars.
my Tesla.
Can I bring the?
Yeah.
You guys talking?
Yeah, my kiddos, they collect all the cars, and like they're asking to go to car shows
You
all
should
the
take
time.
them to Bob's. They would love that,
Yeah,
man.
they love it.
You see all the classics.
And they're like learning
No,
about
man,
it.
we're not invited. We're obviously not invited with the Teslas.
Yeah.
You know cars. What's up, guys? How quiet is this thing, huh?
I like the culture too. It's like the people I deal with, like Chris at Bailey's Performance, or Ryan at Kibby Tech, like Brett at King Shock. It's like that blue collar.
Check
like,
them out.
You check them out.
I leave nothing OEM.
I'm going to show up with my
Since I was
gloves,
16.
with the gloves
Oh, wow.
with the fingers cut out.
Dude, my brother-in-law,
guys?
you know what he has, dude? So he flips old, it's 1986 Buick, not the Regal.
Regals?
No,
it's like a real Grand National.
Grand National.
GSX?
GSX. He
Dude.
flips those, dude.
Full boner right now.
Me too.
Dude, they're fucking lit.
I knew you'd appreciate that. So he flipped. You were asking about flipping, and my brother-in-law does that for the Buick National.
For those?
For those,
Damn.
and it's so hard to find them. But when he does, he makes bank when he flips them, like bank.
They're dope. Cheeto Vera, the fighter, has one. We shoot a show, and he has a GSX.
And who's that guy? Who's the Asian dude from Fast and Furious? He has a bunch of shows, and it's all
Jeremy Lin.
Oh, that's
Jeremy Lin.
What's the Asian actor's name?
Tawny. I don't know. I don't see color.
Anyway, so
know.
he's one of the main
Sun
actors.
Kang, he's Han
He's
in
the- he's the
Fast
guy
and
you-
Furious, but
he's
Sun
the-
Kang.
Sun Kang, that's it.
Oh, yeah,
Sun
yeah,
Kang.
yeah.
He
Great
has.
guy.
He's
I
the
got
guy you told me about.
He's a
right?
Brian. He's a Buick National
They're great. Dude.
So he goes. My brother-in-law brings it to him, and he's trying to sell one to him. So it's a Sun Kang.
Sick.
Yeah, bro.
Buick, you said.
Buick National,
But
and it's
hold
actually
on.
86 or 84. One of those years, like
87's the big one. The
So then it was
GSX big
87,
one.
that's what
because
I'm
they made Grand Nationals, then they did GSX, and I think they made like 390 of them.
Yep.
Dude, this thing, it's ultimate sleeper. You would know it, although it doesn't look that great in the movie.
no, if you see it, you'll
from
know
Training
it.
Day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Denzel
yes, yes.
But it's like
the
a
black-
Wait,
tricked
I
out-
thought Denzel had a Monte Carlo in that. That was a Monte Carlo.
I thought it was Grand National. No,
no, dude, but it looks a lot like because the
It's
Grand National
black.
is a little bit. It's a little bit longer than the
it
Monte
only,
Carlo.
so be
front?
it only
It's,
came in
yeah,
black.
it is curved, but
came in black.
Only came
the
in black.
top also. That's how you know the Grand National too.
There you go.
And the logo.
So wait.
Oh, that's Monte Carlo. See, Vic knows his shit.
Boom, boom,
Ear bump.
boom.
Damn.
But it looks similar to that.
It looks very similar to that. That's my
Buick
brother-in-law flips.
Grand National, they're sick.
Yeah.
Ultimate sleeper.
How'd you know that? That's good. You picked that up.
You guys were asking me about cars, man. We don't fuck
know,
around over here in New
Bro,
York,
you
man.
don't fuck
He also
around.
knows
don't
everything
fuck
about
around.
airplanes. Like if we're going on a flight, he needs to know like the specs of the plane and everything.
people-
I'm basically like your dad. I know random shit.
Interesting.
That's why I like buying cars. There was a woman I was going to buy a car from, and then there was a man. The woman didn't have the details I wanted. Even though I don't care about the details, the man's like, well, there's more torque here. And you got actually a little more room. And I want to know those fucking inches because that's going to sell me on the car. She was like, I don't know. It might
Yeah, but those days are over for you. You're not buying any more engine cars, right? Yeah.
But I also think the reason I went like nuts with my trucks, and I got a 2004 Ford Lightning because I wanted them in high school.
Yep.
I think once the whole Newsom thing and like we're banning gas power,
Right.
I got anxiety. I'm like, oh, I'm going to miss out on all this. And then I've gone like
You like stockpile.
off the deep end. Yeah, like
You're like a
You still
prepper,
have
like
the
a
Lightning?
doomsday
I'm a
prepper.
prepper. I have the light. Do I?
Do you like it?
Love it.
Okay, no, because I know I've heard different things about it only because.
Wait, isn't that electric?
Yes, it is.
No, hold on.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's why I'm like.
I have
the
a
Lightning.
2004. The new Ford
I'm
Lightning
sorry, he's
electric
right.
one
Yeah.
doesn't count.
You're right. I'm
that's what I
talking about the
thought you were talking
24 one. Forget it. No question. Yeah,
No,
yeah.
no.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
No, I'm talking about the one
you
from
trick that
Fast and
out?
Furious. Oh, did I?
yeah, that one I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you had the electric one too. I was like, wait.
No, I have a 2004 20-year-old Ford single cab, and then I just drove down. I was in Tijuana last week, putting parts on it. Took my kids with me.
You drove down.
I drove.
You drove it down.
Yeah, I drove to Arizona to pick it up. So I bring my son with me so he learns about the car.
The 8-year-old.
Interesting.
The 8-year, and then we drive and stay in hotels. It's his favorite thing to do.
Do you guys go to the LA car show? That's where I really learn a lot more about
Oh,
cars
yeah.
because I always see the new shit that's coming out.
LA car show sucks now.
Oh, it does?
It's all electric. All the big boys aren't there anymore.
I was going when it was not electric. That's what I.
Me too.
Yeah, and it was really good.
That
back
one,
then.
the Denver one, the Detroit one's the biggest one, but then SEMA is still where you can get some real shit.
Boy,
Yeah.
Victor can talk to you about fucking
Anything.
cars.
Love it.
He
New
can
York,
talk to
baby.
you-
We got to
Cars and
represent, baby.
New York,
We gotta represent,
Cars and
Acting,
sports.
you name
Hey, fuck these two. Let's start a podcast.
No, I was
dude.
gonna say, it's
Dude,
a
we gotta have you guys on ours.
We're gonna talk about method
good
acting.
podcast. I know you and I. So my process.
We took over the show.
Yeah, we get 4 listeners, and then you guys,
Pretty much.
give us some.
Yeah, there's certain stuff like just I feel like they're bringing to me in a huge maybe base out there, like
Yeah.
what Ford's doing when they came out. They go, we're never not going to make a V8. And then they dropped the Mustang GTD, which is like the most badass Mustang ever.
With the
They
V6.
dropped the GT 500,
Yep,
the Shelby,
yep.
and they're dropping it now. I'm like, oh my, this is singing in my fucking soul,
Yep.
man. When everyone's going over here, Ford's doing this.
Yep,
I love it.
Yeah, I saw that
love
too.
it.
You know, Mercedes tried to play the customers like in 2015, where they were putting their badass cars, like their E classes, and they were trying to put not V4, 4-cylinder cars, but trying to make it 6-cylinder car.
Yeah.
And customers got pissed
Hate
about it. You remember this? It was
You-
it was a quick stay. It was like 2 or 3
But you know
years.
who's having that problem is Toyota, because people love Tundras and Tacomas.
Right.
They fucking love them.
Yeah.
Like 4Runners, huge market for it.
Yeah.
People fucking love
But they want the cylinder. They want the V6.
Bro, so the new one that they came out with is a V6, but the old Tundra was a V8.
V8, that's right.
So they announced a new one, but it's a V6, dude. Look at the rating. People fuck
Hate it.
They
People,
hate it.
because they
They're
feel
gonna
like they're
storm
getting
the
gypped, dude. They
Toyota
feel like
Capital.
Because it's a V6. Nobody wants a V6.
There's no sound.
there's
It's
no
just-
sound, and you gotta have the
You need that.
balls.
You
Yeah.
gotta have
balls.
that V8.
It's a huge difference. I mean,
think so.
This is for the doesn't care about the budget in terms of gas, or like these are like true car people. They want to feel that.
Yeah.
So people felt gypped about going back to the Mercedes thing because of that. Because they were like, I'm paying
a guy-
$80 grand for an E-Class. I'm like, well, I'm getting a 4-cylinder. You know,
My friend had a Targa, a 1984 911 Targa.
Great car.
And I got to tell you, like that was the only time I got what people were talking about, because you can feel the road. You
Yep.
can feel the
Yeah.
road.
Yep.
That thing is such a machine. It's like a go-kart.
Well, they have a soul.
Oh, my
That's my
God.
problem with electric. Like, there's
Yeah.
no soul,
Yeah.
brother.
Yeah.
My friend raced for BMW, and he got behind the wheel of that thing, and he was explaining to me and showing me, like, and I was like, he was taking turns, and I was like, fuck,
Dude, how about the guy out there picking up the truck? He's like, yeah, how many miles per gallon does it get if we have to drive? I'm like, but it gets 6 miles per gallon. It's on E85. Don't drive it anywhere. Get from here to the shop.
Yeah.
it's
That's it.
low. It's on low gas
Yeah,
already.
yeah.
Don't fuck this up,
Yeah.
dude. It gets 6 miles a gallon.
there's
6 miles to the gallon.
Porsche, the new Porsche Taycan, the electric one. Although I mean I love Porsche and I've driven like combustible engine Porsches, the Taycan, I will say, hold up before you say anything. I will say, they do this kind of dope thing where you don't feel it because obviously it's silent, but they do this thing where you press this button, and then when you hit the gas, it
makes
still
the
does the
sound?
sound.
Yeah.
You still feel a little. I mean, you know what I'm talking about?
It's fake?
It's fake. Yeah, it's like a fake noise that they make.
simulation. It's like a.
Do you know what I'm talking about? Have you guys seen it?
It's
Yeah.
like fake
So they-
meat.
so you
it's
know-
fake
Yeah.
meat.
It's a fake muffler. It's like what you do with your
So-
truck. Yeah.
Did you know that they do that with almost all cars? So
Oh, I didn't know that. I
Cars,
just thought-
cars now run very, very silently.
Right.
So when you have a Toyota, whatever it was, Lexus, when you rev it, that sound apparently is computer generated.
That's
Yeah.
not true. That's not true.
Oh, I don't know
That's
what
what
it
I
is, but I
read.
know
That's
that
what I
it makes me
read.
feel not as.
No, most people don't want the sound, but what they'll have now is they'll have outlets on the exhaust where it makes it silent,
Yeah.
and then when you rev it, certain RPMs, it'll open those up, but close them down so it's not loud.
I
I
driving
have it
around.
on my motorcycle, but opposite, so people can hear me coming.
And I don't
Yeah.
have them. I get rid of them. I
Right.
cut them off.
Right.
I literally cut them off
Yeah.
myself. Yeah.
That's why your
opposite.
school loves you.
I guess. That's why my kids love me. The teachers might
I've been
hate
kind of
me.
fantasizing about if this was a podcast like all the time. You guys are fucking make it easy. This
Yeah,
is
man.
a good conversation.
We should get a
It's
timeshare.
good shit. Yeah.
Timeshare.
gonna move in.
You got
All
a
right, what do
good
we got,
setup here,
guys?
man?
You guys got a great setup,
Yeah, it's
man.
not
Thanks for
bad.
having us, man. This is
Fuck,
fun,
this
man.
Is great.
But I've been listening to you guys for years.
Really?
Yeah, I think you guys are great.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Because when I started getting into fighting, like I was like right when Connor was coming up.
Sure.
I think I met you.
Yep.
And then with Dalia, and then I started, and he was telling me he was doing your show, and I just got into it. I got hooked.
Yeah.
Bro, we met. I just realized we met at the Podcast One party at their house.
Oh, you were there?
It was brief, yeah, because you know we were all talking.
That's
obviously,
right.
It was real quick because I think you were talking to Corolla. Adam.
Yeah. Oh, that's
I came
fucking
real
right.
quick. I just say, "Yo, man, what's up?" And
That's
then you know,
right, dude.
Yeah, this is before we even signed the deal with Podcast One.
Oh,
But yeah,
dope.
we met quick. That's
Yeah, I was talking.
just
Yeah,
dawned on me,
I was
yeah.
getting ready to leave, then Corolla came. And I was there. Like,
yep, and you were talking
30
for a
minutes,
second,
me
so I
and
said,
Corolla
"What's up,
talking.
real
You know
quick."
Adam Rodriguez?
Yeah, we both know him really well.
Yeah.
Love that guy. So
Yeah.
Handsome bastard.
Yeah,
He's
he's,
a-
the best. Purple lips.
Bro.
I love him.
I love it. He's great. He's
He
one of
is
those
the best.
actors, just like,
Motherfucker
been
doesn't
on-
stop working, bro.
but like,
Nah, he doesn't stop
He's on
working. Does not stop
everything.
working.
but like working
He's so
on
good.
TV like for so long, like 20 years straight,
yeah.
it's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Like those guys are richer than movie stars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
He's also just
He's
he's
so-
got
he's
a
so low-key
sense
and
of
humble.
humor. He's such a
Yeah.
good.
Doing such a
New York,
great
too.
guy.
I
Like,
miss him. I
yeah.
haven't seen him in a while.
Solid.
I'll tell him he said
Love
what's
him.
up.
I saw him at your birthday party.
Yeah, please.
He came to my birthday
Yeah.
party. Yeah.
Great
Yeah,
dude.
I was listening.
I saw him the other, but I saw him like a week ago. I was
Did
with
you?
Tiger somewhere.
No shit.
Yeah, I was like, "What's up, dude?" Yeah, he's great.
He's great.
Yeah, he's asking
Adam's
about you.
great.
I said Brian passed away.
Yeah. Brian,
What do you got, Jen?
By the way, I was a huge fan, or still a huge fan of How to Make It in America. When it first came out, I watched every episode. So
Oh, right on, man.
it's super dope.
And do you guys
What's the
get
pod
this?
then?
Like, obviously, I know a little bit how your business works because I've been around Brian so long. But I think it's similar. Like, people, if they think if you're in the UFC or if you play a certain amount of years in the NFL, they're like, oh, they're set for life money wise.
Oh, yeah.
I think a show made it. It's on HBO. You boys are whatever. Now it's house money.
No, we were broke a year later,
No,
bro.
you're
Broke a year
receiving
later.
checks.
The show got canceled. We were like, what the fuck we gonna do next?
Gone. We
You
only
make
did,
about 50 cents a check. Right?
Yeah.
forget about residuals now.
You may get a bump in season 3 because of the contracts,
Yeah.
but even that, I think, changed. Even
And
after
it's
the strike.
HBO.
No actors have money.
Yeah, yeah.
I know.
There's a
thing.
few.
You know, yeah.
I know famous actors. I remember I got to know a very, very famous actor I grew up with, and he was famous.
Al Pacino.
Oh, yeah, we didn't even finish that
but
story,
it wasn't
by the
that.
way.
It wasn't that, but it was
Charlie
close.
Chaplin.
And I remember he said, I'd love to do a play in London. I can't afford to. And I went, excuse me?
It's crazy.
Because he didn't want to take the
Excuse me?
time out to do a play and then
Couldn't. It was
lose
like
out.
he's got bills. He's got, it's like, I was like,
Yeah.
It's a
bro, I've been
hustle.
watching
It's a big
you since-
misconception.
But I
it's a
think
big-
it's
think 'cause
similar
you're
to
famous that you're rich.
it's similar to the UFC or even the NFL, where like the top like 1% make a shit ton of money. You know who they are, and they're
Yeah.
set. But the rest are hustling.
Everybody got to work.
It's,
The rest
and
are
it's
hustling.
even harder now. Like I just did a pilot, and I was lucky enough to be a series regular. But there used to be like 7 series regulars. Now they'll do like 3 or 4 series regulars, and then everybody else has a chance
And
to
even
be a
then, they
regular.
shoot
Bro,
7
brutal.
episodes.
It's brutal,
right?
It's hard.
How many episodes are you guys shooting? 7? 8?
Of our show, we only
No, I'm
did,
saying.
No, for your
show
pilot.
Oh,
Scott.
I just did this pilot. If we get picked up, it'll probably be 10
Yeah,
episodes.
If you're
exactly.
lucky, too.
Yeah,
bro.
People think that's a lot. It's not.
But
That's the network.
is your
The
wife
whole
an
year.
actor too?
Yeah, she's an actress. Yeah,
That's tough.
yeah. No, I know. Her name's
She
Jamie
work?
Chung. Yeah, we both work. But
You guys were in
know,
the same movie. That was the
Oh yeah, she was in Flock of Dudes.
But
She's also in Hangover too.
She's been in some big.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was the wife, and
She was the
getting
wife
married.
of Ed Helms in Hangover.
Oh,
too.
fuck.
Yeah.
She was in some other movie I love. Was it a horror
She
movie?
was in everything, yeah.
She's
She's like Louis Guzmán. She's in so many
she's in
things.
so much shit.
She is. Jamie
She's
Chung.
fucking gorgeous.
She's all right.
She's all right.
She's all right.
She's all right.
Those are my little boys.
Wow, that's so cool.
Oh, love
Yeah,
it.
so cool,
They're in a
dude.
Jeep.
No, she's the best.
She's Korean too, huh?
Yeah, Korean.
Oh,
What's up?
Represent,
boom.
represent.
Boom. Uh-oh.
Wow.
Was she on MTV? Was she on MTV for a while too?
She was on the Real World.
Oh, she was?
Yeah.
Boom. I used to be
She
a
was
Real World
on the
fanatic.
Real World, San
Wait, which-
Diego.
Oh, San Diego.
And that was like her college job. And she was one of the rare people who like made the
Who that
transition.
did something?
Yeah.
Her and the Miz.
And it was not easy for her to break that reality show.
No,
It's
but
Yeah, I
Theo
didn't
Vaughn.
know
Theo Vaughn was on Road Rules Real World
Yeah.
Challenge, and then he was on there forever. And then when he got into comedy after that, like he could not shake that forever. And if you bring it up, he
Now he's
hated it.
crushing it.
Oh, now
Yeah,
I think she's
crushing
proud of it.
it.
She went back and she did the challenge and she won that. She's so cool.
I didn't
She
know
owns
that.
her past. She doesn't like fight it. You know, she embraces
you can't.
it. Yeah.
I used to fight my UFC background.
It's part of your
You can't.
legacy.
You
Yeah. I
can't.
mean, it is what it is. People recognize it from that. They recognize it from Hangover. It's like,
But I think
Big
too,
Hero 6.
I think what's
you know?
too about everyone has to work. There are not too many people that can just stop working. But in your household with kiddos, is like both you guys are in the entertainment
tricky.
business.
It's
They
tricky.
usually say one headshot per household, right?
Yeah, I don't. It's been weird ever since we had the kids. Like I've been on a run. Like I wrote this movie that I directed, and she let me go off when they were 6 months old to like direct. This was like a passion project of mine.
Yep.
It was called Junction. This film it came out in January. So she let me go, and then I've been very lucky. Like I've been on the road working nonstop. They say babies bring blessings. And
They do.
It's
Babies
true
bring
for me.
good luck.
But now she's about to go off to Australia to shoot a movie for 6 weeks. So we'll figure it out. I don't know. It's every day. You just got to be loose with it.
It's a
you
weird
know?
dynamic,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's dope.
Just gotta be open and excited for each other and be able to work. Wanting to work it out. And thankfully, we have great family support system who come.
Oh,
What
it's
and homies, bro.
Yeah,
What you mean?
that's true, that's true.
Yeah, we got
That's
you and the
true,
kids.
that's
You know what I'm
true. And the
saying?
dog.
Yeah, and the dog.
Yeah.
He walk.
And
No, our kids are like.
Yeah.
They
Best
hang
friends?
out. Yeah,
They're about to go to school
it's
together.
Like a dream
I
come
love it.
true.
That's so
Dude, wait,
cool.
they're about to go to school together.
Yeah,
in a month.
we met on How to Make It America, and we became thick as thieves, and we have not stopped hanging out.
And
since.
is your wife in the business?
No, she's not. She's in the fashion, but just to kind of piggyback, I back in the day dated a couple actresses, and I just give me so much props, man, because I just don't know how you guys just make it work, man. I
She's
just
like
watch
the
you guys-
one non-crazy actor.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah, dude.
I had a no
man.
headshots policy. I took that from Rogan. Rogan
Yeah,
goes,
it's
Rogan
tough.
goes, stop dating actresses. No headshots policy.
Well, you're in the. What about back in the day? Did you? Yeah, All right. Well, that face says it all. That face says it all.
Did he?
Yeah.
I mean,
Who didn't
actresses
he?
are
They're crazy.
amazing. In a lot of ways, they're amazing.
They're charming.
Yeah, super
They're
charming.
They're the most
hypnotists.
beautiful women in the world with
They're-
great person.
and hypnotized.
Yeah.
And great personalities and talented. And
Yeah.
They kind of also act like they're good people.
Well,
You know what I'm
You
saying? If
could
they're
get
good enough
suckered into
actors.
it.
but you found a good one.
I did, and I think because Jamie's, she's first generation Korean, like her parents are immigrants. She's like a grinder, man. She's like
Chin's nervous they work.
Whole different, the
Never
toughest
stay work,
people.
right?
Yeah, she's
you
got
got
like
a
a
good
good
girl, man.
Toughest people on the planet.
She doesn't like give into the bullshit. I mean, she plays the game. We have to, but like
It's a conservative culture.
She's a real person.
You're
you know?
raised. Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
have you been to South Korea?
Yeah.
Dude, we partied
went.
out there like in 2000. Have you guys been?
No, but I want to go.
No.
We shot in
don't wanna
Japan.
go.
We shot in Tokyo.
You remember the second season when we were doing the jeans in Japan? So we took that trip when we shot the show. It was the first season.
you guys went to Korea?
Of the second. It was the first episode of the second season.
Yeah.
Bryan and I rapped. We were like, "This is amazing. We got to go to Korea." We went to Korea.
My
We
buddy's
partied it up in your
I
country,
have
dude.
enormous
So
respect for Korean
The only thing I
culture.
didn't like was seeing 15-year-old kids getting drunk and like stumbling
Sloppy.
outside of the club.
Oh,
a
that's
little
weird.
sloppy.
On Jägermeister.
Jägermeister.
That's weird.
It's usually soju. I mean, they've access to soju. no
That
matter
was the
what.
only thing I was like, this is not kosher, but we're gonna keep it moving.
Koreans are-
But Koreans, it's
Hardcore.
a huge drinking culture.
Yeah, I
we're
didn't realize
big
until I
time.
got
Chin's
there.
drunk right now.
I'm drunk right now.
Yeah. Well, that's why I asked you.
He's not
Yeah,
kidding.
Oh, yeah,
And
Chin,
a lot of coffee too.
And a lot of
You guys
coffee.
love your coffee.
Coffee and drinks. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to go.
But beautiful country.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
Yeah,
Sold.
yeah.
All right, what do you got, Chin?
Let's take a break right now because you want a pre-workout for sex. Do you want to make sure that your wiener is getting all the nutrition
I don't like the way you said wiener. Yeah, is your
All right.
wiener dehydrated like mine?
Look, you want natural and science-backed wellness products if you're going to get into the sexual performance
Forget the
booster
prescriptions.
game, all
Forget
right?
the over-the-counter weird pills. Forget the gas
This is
station
where
pills.
Joy Mode comes in. It's like a pre-workout for sex. That's what it is.
It's all natural,
It
all backed by
increases blood
science.
levels of arginine nitrate, directly promotes nitric oxide production, which helps with penile tissue relaxation, I guess, opens up the blood
that
vessels.
firmness, get that thick boner going.
There
dude.
it is, dude.
Yep,
That's
just
how you
mix in
spice
some
things
water,
up.
get ready to go 45 minutes to 4 hours prior to jumping ship there. All right, so if you're ready to spice things up in the sack and boost your sexual performance and do it naturally without all the nasty prescription drugs, boy, do we have a deal for you. Go to usejoymode.com/fighter, enter the code FIGHTER at checkout. You get 20% off your first order. That's usejoymode.com/fighter for 20% off your first order. Thanks, Joy Mode.
Let's take a break. There is an app, and an app could save your life, believe it or not. Why? Because it educates you on what to do in a disaster, what to do in an emergency, what to do when something very bad happens to you or your family. Do you think you're really ready for a worst case scenario? Could you survive it? Have you actually even looked into how to tie a tourniquet, for example, or what to do when somebody gets cut or shot or worse? No, or burned. This is where the app Fieldcraft Survival, the Fieldcraft Survival app comes in. It's actually instructional. It's a digital educational content place to go where you learn how to do things. They've got long form digital educational content. They've got short form content. They've got all kinds of stuff. They offer live training, gear, online education. All of it is about life's challenges. All of it is how to be prepared, better prepared for a worst case scenario. You are your first responder. Visit Fieldcraft Survival. All right. For monthly subscriptions, you'll get 30 days free using code FIGHTER30 free. Or you can get a discount on the products and training. Use code FIGHTER20 for 20% off training and product at fieldcraftsurvival.com.
We're doing current events.
Yeah.
Why not?
All right. Ooh.
We're going to start with the first one, guys. So
Okay.
50 Cent sold the rights
But
to the
we-
Diddy documentary.
Wait,
We
what?
sold the rights.
He's so happy about this.
I've been.
He
Do
hates
you follow
Diddy.
him on Instagram? He's
Yeah,
he's been
hilarious.
trolling him for months.
Forever. Like he's just been, making this doc.
didn't know that.
You know the name of the doc? Did he do it?
Did he do
Oh
it?
my God.
Oh, that's amazing.
Did they
so good.
what is the deal with them? Did they have a falling out? What is it that he hates about it?
I don't
Bad
know.
guy.
Yeah, I just think it's
a bad
known in the
guy.
industry he's a bad guy, and 50's been going up. So I think 50's
Yeah.
been working on this doc for a hot second because he knew he was going to get busted
Everybody was
eventually.
saying
He knew he was
I
gonna
don't
get
know what
busted.
they're gonna actually get him on.
So this documentary is going to be a lot like Surviving R. Kelly. There's 3 women coming forward to talk their part. And in addition to this just being sold to Netflix, they just came out today and said they're actually going to bring in 3 people for the grand jury for Diddy's case.
Ooh.
So he's getting indicted probably really soon now.
You don't want 50 Cent as an enemy
No,
if you're
no.
gonna get indicted.
No.
He's doing whatever he can to put your way.
The
and
ultimate
stuff.
troll.
But how about there was like a bidding war for it, and then I guess TMZ tried to bid on it, and then obviously Netflix won because they have all the money in the world.
Yeah.
And then TMZ put like a old picture of him when he's all fat. And he's like, "Damn, how you gonna do me like this? Yeah, just because you didn't win the bidding war?" He's like, "Business, man."
That's
And they switched the
hilarious.
picture.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah,
know,
I don't
that's-
think there's no coming back from that.
No.
Bad
Just
guy.
that video alone, I don't.
Bad guy.
I,
He's a
yeah,
bad
Yeah,
guy.
game's over for him.
Yeah,
Game's
I
If
don't-
I see that, I'm like, oh, you're
No,
just a
wants to
piece
see
of
that.
shit. How do I, you know?
And the way he tries to like change
But
his name to
his
Brother
apology
Love.
video was all about him.
Yeah.
I hit rock bottom.
Yeah.
You.
I went to rehab.
He's a pathological narcissist. He's just not a good guy.
Yeah, he'll get what's coming to him.
But everybody's been
Yeah.
saying this.
You know, and also like getting what was coming to him. You know, this also goes back all the way since. I mean, like
90s.
let's just keep. Yeah, I was gonna
Biggie.
say no, not only just Biggie, but like I don't know if you guys remember, but back in the day when he brought the gun to the club. Do you remember?
Oh, what?
he
With
J-Lo?
Shine.
he was-
With Shine.
And then
Shine did the time
took
for him.
rap.
Yeah,
Shine
that's
took the rap.
right.
And people,
Yeah.
there was rumors that Shine actually like got a huge
payout
payout for taking
I
the,
heard
the
that.
rap. So I think it was long time coming.
Long time
yeah.
coming.
Yeah.
I remember J-Lo was like, "Oh, you really think you're a gangster rapper? You have a gun? I'm
I'm out.
I'm
Yeah.
out.
Started dating Ben Affleck, the
Yeah.
white guy,
Yeah.
safe, right?
Yeah.
And then they broke up, and now she's back with him.
My wife,
Rodriguez-
just, my wife just told me she just read something that
They're breaking up.
They're
I
breaking
know.
up
true?
again.
She went Rodriguez and back to Ben. Now she's done with him too. Yeah.
Well, she
I
like
really
said,
thought that was gonna work.
Someone asked her a question and she was like, "You know better than to ask me that."
Oh,
Like
shit.
she's not talking about it right now.
I love them
really
together.
worked.
I love Ben Affleck.
Yeah, I thought that really worked again.
I liked them
guess it did.
together.
Yo, you know what's funny? I always thought like every time you see video of them, like this is just my opinion. Like when you would see video of J-Lo and Ben Affleck coming out of a restaurant or coming out of somewhere, they're walking down the street. I always find it funny when you see Ben Affleck and he's opening the door.
That's like
the
so
look on his
disgruntled.
face is
He's always
disgruntled. He's like,
Oh, did you see that?
and I
one?
was like, yo, something's up.
oh,
Something,
the one time where he's like,
that's what I'm saying. And then I was like, oh, maybe they're not as happy as people thought. They
or he's
you
just
mean
dating a
maybe they're real
Latino.
people?
Did you think? Don't you see what I'm saying? Those videos.
I get
And you saw
it.
opening the door. And he's like, you know, like you open up the door for your lady. You know?
Oh, I've never related more to Ben Affleck. I went, oh, I get it.
Yeah, Brendan.
Listen, I didn't
You see
analyze
that?
that.
When you see that, we've all been
wife,
there.
yeah,
We've all been there. That's what I'm saying.
full-blown
Listen, I'm
Latino.
not one to analyze, and I'm just like, I'm
like you
an
are,
actor.
bro.
I look at body language, and I'm like, they don't look that happy.
No.
When he slammed that door, I was like, I love this guy. I get it, dude.
It's
He's
all-
just sick of her shit.
Yeah.
He was like, fuck.
Yep.
You know?
You said it all right there.
Yeah.
That's it right there.
And he's dating a Latina, which I did. You
Yeah.
know, I'm married to a Latina, so it's like, I get it, dude.
Yeah.
But it's like
Same,
you're not even dating
same.
a Latino. You're dating an industry. Like
Yeah.
she's like they're both
Yeah.
industries within
Yeah.
themselves.
Yes.
I don't know how that works.
They live in a
That's crazy.
$61 million house. Not 60, but 61 million.
That's the
Fuck.
crib.
Do you know how many
Work.
people they probably support each one of them? It's crazy.
That's great. All right.
All right.
We'll see. I'll be watching that doc for sure.
I won't be. Oh, the
No, the
Diddy?
50 doc.
Diddy.
The Diddy
Yeah,
one I'll
sure.
check out.
Did he do it?
Wildly wrong guess.
This is so funny.
This is so good.
Wait, this is
I don't know
great.
this one. I don't know
is
this one.
great.
He goes right in the butt. Right?
So much confidence.
We'll play the clip. Get
So
ready for
much
this.
confidence.
This guy's a freak. Watch.
What's
My
guy in
favorite's
blue?
the other
What's
lady.
the guy in the blue?
Guy in the blue.
I get it.
Tavares, right in the butt.
Wait, listen to Pat.
Eyes. Look at his.
No,
Pat saying
the,
yes,
he
like,
fucked up.
No.
He
the
knew he
black
fucked
lady
up.
going, what?
He knew he fucked up.
It's a good.
Yeah, that's it.
No, right's not spelled with 4 letters, right?
Right in the butt.
Oh
great-
man!
that
Well,
should have been the answer.
sorry,
That
guy.
should have
That's
been the
gonna be on your tombstone. That's
That's
it.
hilarious,
No matter what you did in your life, that's what
That
you'll
guy's
be
a
remembered
freak.
for.
He went, oh, well.
Sucks.
So funny.
Oh, that actor that got killed. That sucks.
Oh, what's this?
Oh, dude.
yeah.
Oh, the General Hospital guy got shot.
Yeah.
They were trying to go for his
Cadillac converter.
cars. Talking cars.
Downtown
tried to-
LA.
And it was downtown LA. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was fucking.
and he ran in the guy while he was stealing it, and then they shot him. I don't know if he tried to
No,
fight
no
him.
provocation. I guess they got startled and they just shot him from the.
so
I
terrible.
never met him. Have you met him before?
I didn't meet him,
Sometimes we
but
meet actors in the
no, I don't
industry.
think I met him, but
Handsome dude.
Yeah.
That sucks, man.
They catch the guys.
Dude, and
I don't
then
think they caught him.
his fiance left a video just saying like whoever did this, please. I mean, she was like obviously
man.
crying and
He was just. I think he was walking his coworker to her car at like 3 a.m. after
Yes.
the bar closed, and then he saw them breaking into his car, and he's like, "What are you doing?" And apparently, like a hero, put her behind him. And
Oh, she was
he-
there with
I
him?
think he took the bullet.
Jeez, man.
Yeah.
I didn't know that part.
No, in LA, they'd be like, yeah, you know, You know where I'm going. Like
Yeah.
LA's gonna be like, well,
Yeah.
That sucks, man.
Yeah.
that's such a bummer.
Yep.
All right, moving on from
Yeah,
that.
sorry about that. Sorry to
Brian, I
bring
got one
everybody down
for
with
you
that
because you
one.
love to talk about this subject.
Which
So, an Ohio billionaire wants to go back to the Titanic.
Oh, shut
never,
up.
my
never
act.
ends well for
Serious?
these guys.
It's part of my act, right? It's like when you
When you make
you're-
too much money.
When you make too much money, you get so, bored. You go like when you start importing danger back into your garden. You're
Yeah.
like, I want to see the Titanic. That's it.
Yeah.
So, guys, I don't know if you guys ever done this before, but one time I was vacationing in Cayman Islands, and I was like, I was actually bored. I had done this thing, Race City. I did all, and I still had a few days left, and I was like, they had this like in Georgetown, which is the capital. They had this like little submarine tour thing, and it was kind of off the boat, and I was like, I'm gonna try it.
Oh, really?
I went in, dude. It's submerged. Maybe at best, it's probably submerged 50 feet. Like,
Gotta
and it's
get me
within.
outta here.
And I was so claustrophobic, and I
Yeah,
thought
not for
I was
me.
like, how did the unfortunately the people that had passed? How do you go that far deep and not feel like I'm gonna have a panic attack? That's literally what I felt, and I could
Yeah.
see the surface because it was it was glass in the front. I was like, it's right there, but I'm like, I felt like I was gonna have a panic
Not
attack,
for-
and it was bigger than the one that got crushed with
This
the.
this stuff I can't relate to.
No, I know,
Dude,
I
I make
know.
a certain amount of money. See ya, and I don't want to do any of this shit.
no, same,
Good.
same. I
I
would not
don't
want to spend my
bungee
money
jump.
doing that.
I don't. You want to jump out of a plane? Never. None
Same.
of
I
that
remember
shit.
Same.
my
Motorcycles, I'm
first
out.
wife and I, we
Same.
had very small children. We were in Napa, and they were like, "Do you want to go on a balloon ride?" And I was like, "No, because I'm going to be with my wife and the mother of my child.
Yeah.
So if we both die, I'm not going to orphan my fucking kids.
I know.
You
dude.
can go or I'll go, but
Yes.
not both of us. No.
I was thinking worst case scenario. Also pros, cons, like jumping out of the plane. Pro,
Never
you get
done
your
it?
adrenaline up. You jump out of plane. Con, you die.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I did it once.
You did
I'm
it?
like, check.
Me too. I did
Don't
it
need to
once.
do it again.
was like, I got it.
Yeah.
I have no desire for any of it.
yeah. I don't
Yeah,
need to bungee
I'm the same.
jump.
I'm the same.
Seeing Titanic, no, I'm good. Also, if I can Google it, all good.
Yeah.
Pictures, I'm good.
But I mean, I've been on like a World War II ship, and like just seeing where they sleep, I get claustrophobic.
Same.
I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
not
all
built
of
for
it's
that.
dicey.
You want to, yeah. You
We guys chompers though. Why don't you work on those teeth?
He's got
bud?
some teeth on.
Yeah,
So what? He's gonna go down to the Titanic
and
just-
smile like
and
that.
just-
Yeah, and
Check it out.
that's going to illuminate. He'll be able to see the whole boat.
What do we need to know about the Titanic that we don't know at this point? Like,
I could
what's
give a
going on?
fuck.
Also, have you ever seen a wrecked ship?
Yeah, it's great. It's
You see
got a
this
bunch of
much of
rust
it.
on
You
it.
see that much of it.
Yeah, and you know how dark it is down there, and you got to get really close to the lighting. With the,
Yeah.
you know how bored you got to be to have
Find
$1 billion.
Atlantis.
You
What's
need better
Atlantis?
friends. Like if you had $1 billion, dude, we'd have so much fun.
Oh my God.
I'd come up with shit every day
What
for you.
the fuck?
If you were like, dude, I'm so bored, I'm thinking about going to Titanic. I'm like, no, let's do this.
We're gonna have just
That would be your job. The
a
guy who
garden
doesn't
with tall
ways
grass.
to spend his money.
I'd be the wrangler.
around.
I'd be the wrangler.
I'd be naked. I'd wear mink underwear all day long.
Sure,
And little booties.
sure.
Yep. And I'd slap you around. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah,
Give you a good.
yeah. If you pay
slap.
daddy right,
Yep.
I'll let you beat me up if you pay me
Oh yeah,
right.
you'd be my bumpy pickle. Hey, bumpy pickle, come here. I want to fucking slap you around. You'd be like, I'd be like, hey, who pays the bills? Gage.
But then I'd leave the house, my face all red, and I give him a brand new GT40. People are like, how do you afford that? I'm like, I like count,
yep.
slap me around a little
God,
bit.
you're fucking lobster red. Yeah, today was the lobster day.
Yep. Sure. I'll be that guy.
Grind never stops.
Yep.
Grind never stops, dude. Whatever it
I
takes.
take your dick. I go like this. Doorknob.
No, I don't like
All
that.
right, fine.
What else we got?
That's pretty much it. But shout out to Bryan and
Fellas?
Victor. Thank you
Yeah,
guys
it's
so
been
much.
fun.
Dude, you guys are
Yeah.
great,
Fuck,
man.
Our new podcast. We almost
Check
made
out
it,
our new
right?
podcast.
Yeah, we almost
made it.
Guys,
You're welcome
Nashville-
anytime, fellas. Please come back.
brother.
Yo,
Yeah,
the same,
appreciate
man.
it.
Same.
Where do
will
you
try
guys
to try.
record where?
Podcast one.
Right at the house where we
Oh, at
met.
the house. Yeah, that setup's
Yeah.
dope.
Yeah.
You didn't go, but it's dope. It's really
Zany's
dope.
Nashville. I'll see you June 14, 15, and 16. Come get some. It's going to be fun. That's it. Then I'm going to Cutter.
And you're on tour?
No, on tour.
dates?
Nope.
Just racing trucks.
Taking time
Race
off.
trucks, coaching kiddos,
Is Dania,
sleeping healthy.
Dania Beach? Is that what it is?
Yeah, Danny.
Is that close to the Panhandle?
No.
No, it's like 30 minutes outside Miami.
Yeah.
It's like suburbs of Miami.
Oh,
kind
okay.
of.
Fucking great, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great crowds. God damn, I love those crowds. All Latin, man. I love it.
What about Nashville? You always like
Matt
performing in
Nashville's amazing.
Nashville's
too.
great.
Oh, really?
Always incredible. And musicians, artists.
Yes.
You know, a lot of people come.
In
a lot
Austin
of
now.
famous people come out. It's really weird.
There's a lot of people who live in
yeah.
Nashville.
You'll have like last time I had like Miranda Lambert, like different people.
Hey, hold on.
musicians
Hold
live
on. I'm
down
writing
there.
more names down.
No, but I mean, it's
No,
like,
I know. It's
like,
crazy.
It's like a lot of famous people.
Dude,
come
Carrie
out to
Underwood.
comedy.
Yeah.
Obama came and he was like, I was like, this is crazy, dude. It was really weird.
Yeah, come on stage. Let me tell you something.
Yeah. Kim Kardashian.
In Nashville?
In Nashville, wow.
I don't know, guys. I don't remember. I don't want to talk about
Willie
this.
Nelson.
It's not a court of law. Why are you guys grilling me?
Well, good luck with the pod, fellas.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah,
Thanks,
thank you so
man.
much
It's
for
good
coming,
meeting
man.
you guys,
Appreciate it,
man.
guys. That
Thank
was
you, guys.
fucking
It was
awesome.
nice New York right there.